Hello and welcome back to the Binge Boys podcast. I am one of your hosts today. My name's Enrique,
I'm Eli.
And I'm Tristan.
and we are missing our lovely boy Austin once again this week. He is sadly gone due to personal reasons, but should be back next week. And I repeat, should be back. We do not know if he will be back.
We hope.
We hope so. Next week we'll be talking about the movie A Silent Voice. I almost said Your Name. We're not watching Your Name. We're watching A Silent Voice next week. And so, for those who want to hear about that review, tune in next week. This week we're talking about Shooter Season 2 and 3. 2 weeks ago we talked about Shooter Season 1, which we all enjoyed to somewhat degree. And here we're talking about the conclusion to the series. But before we get to that, boys, what you been watching?
Tristan, you go ahead and start.
Boy, not much, honestly. Been keeping up on America's Got Talent, of course.
How long does
they're
that
still in
run for?
auditions. It's like the whole summer usually.
Really? Are they still doing it? Is this like pre-filmed?
Yeah.
Is it like pre-filmed, Tristan?
So auditions are pre-filmed, but I think they started filming at the beginning of the year. So this episode that's coming up this next week, I believe, is going to be no audience.
Oh, so they're flying the people out to perform with no audience because of COVID?
No, because this is still auditions. They're still in the original auditions. I think COVID started hitting during the auditions.
But I'm saying,
which is
like,
crazy.
Have they said what they're gonna do when it comes to once it's time to go
Like,
for like
the live shows and everything else? I
Yeah.
have no idea what they're gonna do.
That's crazy.
To be honest with you. But Heidi Klum is one of the judges, and she's been out for a couple weeks.
Who the fuck is Heidi Klum?
The blonde chick.
To be married to Seal.
Yeah, the blonde chick, the older blonde chick.
Who the fuck
German.
is Heidi Klum?
Yeah, she's. Yeah, no, she's German. She also runs that Amazon fashion show that's dog shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't watch that, but
I was forced.
German.
Okay, forced. He says
47. Damn, she look good for 47. The fuck?
Yeah, she's a supermodel. So
damn, she married Seal in 2005. They're divorced already. What the fuck you mean?
Yeah,
they divorced back in 2014. Damn, this she gets around.
She was married to Seal.
So much hate. She gets around. How dare she?
Okay, but
we here at the Binge Boy supports women's no matter what. I'm sorry if that came off as slut shaming. We don't do that here.
I'll say, if you want some, you get some.
It's already.
She was in Malcolm in the Middle. What? She was in 007 Everything or Nothing. I love that game.
Oh my god.
All right,
All right, back to the podcast.
So, okay, besides America's Got Talent, which will be interesting enough. So in her place, they've brought on Eric Stonestreet as a guest judge.
I gotta look this one up.
Never heard of that man.
Eric Stonestreet. Where's he from?
Modern Family. He was on Modern Family with Sofia Vergara.
So what kind of like qualification do you need to be a judge here? Oh, the big dude?
Yeah.
He's a Kansas City. I know this guy. He's a Kansas City Chief fan.
Oh, okay.
Bitch.
We here at the Binge Boys support every NFL team.
This is a fake announcement.
Unless you're a Patriots fan.
Or a Cowboys fan. Say you're okay being a fan of anything, but we'll judge you for it.
We film these on Sundays, so fuck Cam Newton for signing with the Patriots.
Yeah, that's facts.
We do not support Cam Newton.
We do not.
As a collective.
Cheating bastards. Yep.
Okay.
Anyway.
AGT.
AGT.
That's been interesting. There was another comedian that came on that was really good. There was a this 21-year-old magician who came on.
Male or
freaking
female?
Nuts, dude. Male.
Okay.
Very good first audition. Then let's see. A couple of fun dancers. See good dancers, but there's not often good dancers on America's Got Talent.
Most of them just go to So You Think You Can Dance, which is fire.
Oh gosh, that show's so good.
I haven't watched it in like 10 years, but I used to love it.
It hasn't been on for a couple of years, but I know what you're talking about.
I thought it's still on.
I don't know if it is.
Huh.
Now they have World of Dance on NBC.
I've heard that one's not good.
I don't believe it is. I've
Isn't
never
that like
watched it.
J-Lo in it?
I think so.
J-Lo,
Fuck J-Lo.
Neo, and someone else are the judges.
Shout out Neo.
Neo's a performer, dude.
I love Neo.
So yeah, besides AGT, I've been watching my wrestling, of course.
Professional wrestling, not Olympic style wrestling.
Right,
For those who don't know, me and Tristan are
Right.
wrestling fans. We watch wrestling. He watches much more than I do. He watches more WWE than I do. I know more about stuff.
Reek is much more diverse than I am.
Yeah, I know a little about everything. He's more of a WWE centric kind of guy.
We here at the Binge Boys do not support some of the wrestling accusations going
We
on right
here
now.
at the Binge Boys support everyone in the hashtag Speaking Out movement. Fuck Will. No, sorry, I like Will Ospreay. Fuck Marty Scurll. Fuck the Velveteen Dream. Kinda. Fuck. Who else? Fuck David Starr, and fuck Jim Cornette, even though he didn't do anything. That's it.
I don't know these people, but we here at the Binge Boys support Enrique's decision to fuck these people.
Consensually.
Oh boy.
Wrestling's been
So
happening.
there's been that, and then I also just the other day watched a Goofy movie.
Great movie.
That's a great one. Yes.
Did you also watch Frozen 2?
No, I watched parts of it. I never finished the whole thing because I just kept falling asleep.
We here at the Binge Boys do not support Frozen 2.
It's not the best movie ever.
Still haven't
It's
watched
better
it.
than the first one.
I doubt that. The first one was mid. This is
It's very
probably
subpar, but
mid.
put it on the
No,
list.
the second one is dank. The second one is dank.
Gotta put it on the list then, Tristan.
I don't have to.
I heard Han's not even in it.
I
heard Han's not even in that movie.
Why would he be?
Why would he? Because he was the best character in the first one. Fuck you mean?
The villain?
No, Han. The big blonde dude.
Kristoff?
Oh, isn't that?
Kristoff.
His name is Kristoff.
His name's Kristoff?
But you're talking about the big summer blowout.
What?
I'm talking about him because he's in that movie too.
I thought Kristoff. No, Olaf's the snow dude. Kristoff's the big dude. That's right.
Kristoff's the dude with the reindeer.
I heard Kristoff wasn't even in that movie.
Yeah,
Kristoff is a big part of that movie.
I heard he got ditched.
Anyway,
your sources are misleading you.
I was gonna say, man. I'm gonna make you watch it.
Fuck that movie. All right.
Anyway.
Oh boy. So no, I did not watch all of it, even though I do very greatly enjoy that movie. I think that's all I've been watching.
All right. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go. I've been watching a few things. I finished up what was on Netflix, The Supernatural, that I was talking about in our first episode a couple weeks ago.
Tell about the plot twist, Eli. Tell about the plot twist.
About the plot twist of there being 5 more episodes they haven't filmed yet because of COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, that's always good. Thinking you finished the last season, that you're done, and then you realize you got to wait 5 more months to get the next 5 episodes, or 7, or whatever it is. So that's always fun.
That's a prank.
So finished that one, and then moved on to Ozark, which I watched
on the list.
I was gonna say pretty solid. I watched the first 2 seasons. Pretty long time ago, whenever they came out, I don't even remember. And then season 3 I started it came out on Netflix, Tristan, like 5 months ago or so.
5 months ago,
yeah, and so I started watching that. I got halfway through it and then I just kind of gave up on it, but I'm back to it on the last episode now, so that's going pretty good. For those who don't know, Enrique, any of our viewers, it's about this family who moves out to what's the town called?
The Ozarks.
Yeah, the Ozarks, but like what area, like what state is that? I don't know, some backwoodsy, like
they're close.
Yeah,
they're like an hour away from Kansas City. They're south of Kansas City, I think, but they're in like Missouri.
Yeah. So they're kind of out in the forest backwoodsy area, and they just kind of get caught up in this drug trade, and they're laundering money for a drug cartel, and it just kind of follows the family and stuff. It's actually pretty good.
That show is phenomenal.
Lots of eventful things.
Takes place in Missouri.
On the last episode.
Missouri, yeah, that's what Tristan said, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Eli, without actually spoiling anything, just be ready to
Just be ready to
see.
love it.
Oh
it,
yeah,
I
I'm ready.
lost my mind a little bit, dude.
All right, man. I'm ready. But anyway, so that's going pretty good. Almost done with that one. By the time we're done with or starting filming the next podcast session, I'll be done with that. But and then I moved on after that, or actually, in the meantime, I've been watching Dexter again. Dexter is a good show about a serial killer who works inside the police department as a forensic analysis or analyst, and he does blood splatter and stuff, but while also killing people. So that's always fun.
Murder.
Yeah. So started watching that one again, about 4 episodes deep, and yeah, I think that's about what I've been watching.
All right. Well, lately I have not been watching much aside of Shooter. I've been currently playing Days Gone, which I beat, and then Last of Us 2. Both good games. Days Gone a little bit shittier than the other, but we're not here to talk about video games. Uh, Yesterday, UFC aired, and I did watch that. You had some good fights. You had the co-main event between Mike Perry and Mickey Gall. Both are kind of dog shit, but boy, do they give you a scrap when they show up. Mike Perry had no coaches show up with him. He had his girlfriend be his corner man, and she just said, "Nice job, sweetie," the whole time. Pretty interesting. Won the fight
You
still.
win?
He did win the fight still. So, I mean, shit, you can't really tell him anything. Main event between Dustin Poirier and Dan the Hangman Hooker. God damn, that's a fight and a half. I recommend anyone who likes fighting to go watch that. I recommend people who don't like fighting to go watch that because it's a fucking bloodbath and you get to see two dudes beat the piss out of each other and they love it. I had Poirier winning going into it and he won coming out of it. So, congrats to me. Outside of that, I watched the final 2 episodes of Kaguya-sama. Love is War. They came out on Saturdays or Fridays. I didn't catch the last episode. Oh no, I caught them both because I guess we filmed. They come out before we record. So I caught those last 2 episodes. Episode 11 of 12 was fan-fucking-tastic. You find the story of Yu Ishigami, one of the characters. Dude had a rough time in middle school because he tried to be a good guy, but everyone treated him like a bad guy. It kind of sucked dick for him. And then the last episode was solid. It was just like a lot of hijinks. Not as good as the season 1 finale, to be honest with you, but I still enjoyed it. Pretty much that's all I've been watching. I was thinking about starting up a new show called Tower of God. Didn't get around to that because I've been watching Shooter. We had 21 episodes to watch this time around, hour-long episodes in 2 weeks. And between that and The Last of Us and Days Gone, I did not have a lot of time to do anything else TV-wise or movie-wise. But hey, Dems is the breaks.
Fair enough.
I would also like to say shout out to Perk Angle, since we were talking about WWE earlier. Kurt Angle, we love you. We hope you don't die because you look like you're putting on a lot of weight. You're like 57. Be careful, dog. You're old. That's about it, really. Just wrestlers don't die. Oh, since we were talking about speaking out, fuck Ric Flair as well. That's yeah, fuck Ric Flair. That was about it. You guys have any other comments about what we've been watching before we get into Shooter Season 2 entry?
Don't think so. Not for me.
Tristan, anything you've been watching that you want to talk to the kids about?
Um,
Or the grown adults about?
not at the not at the moment. The only other thing I've been watching is the inside of my eyelids.
True. We're a little light on what we've been watching this week, folks. I promise you in 2 weeks when we get back to it, we will have way more to fucking talk about what we've been watching, at least from my perspective. I don't know about you guys, but I should be having more time.
I think I will too. I'm planning on looking at some stuff.
Yeah, so be ready for that one, guys.
Also, be ready for the next show selection after this episode. That'll be fun.
Yes, for those of you who tune in and listen to the first 20 to 30 minutes to hear what we're watching, you're weird, but I respect it. We love you. yeah, we will be talking about the shows that we will be selecting for next week at the end of this episode. We also
2
have
weeks.
in the next 2 weeks. I'm sorry, thank you, Eli. We
No,
also have a
you're good.
Twitter where we'll put out the list of shows that we're watching, and we have where we'll also tweet out what we'll be watching in case you don't want to watch the end of this episode. Understandable. It'll probably be like 3 hours long when we yell at each other about the shooter. So yeah, if you want to go there, go to our Twitter at Binge Boys on Twitter. So at BINGEBOIS at Binge Boys.
Feel free to drop some requests as well. We'll add it to the list.
Feel free to tweet at us if you want to say we suck dick. Go for it. If you want to say,
please do.
If you want to say that we don't know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to Inception, please do, because our own cast members said that to us.
Austin.
Austin told us himself, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I said, I watched it once. He said, fuck you. I said, fuck you too.
About Inception?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We also have
That's how it goes.
an Instagram, The Binge Boys. That one is DABINGEBOIS, The Binge Boys, where you can also see that. We'll also be hosting polls soon. So, yeah, look forward to that. Follow us on there to keep up on all news, The Binge Boys. There's not a lot, but you'll see something, I guess. Before we get to the shoot... Oh, sorry. Eli, go for it, buddy.
I was just saying soon stuff will be up.
Soon. Before we get to the shooter, we like to thank our sponsor, Anchor. We got a quick message from Tristan about our sponsor. Take it away, Tristan. All right, we're back, and I would like to talk about Shooter Season 2 and 3. Boys, we watched 21 episodes of Shooter. How do you like it?
I enjoyed it. Second time watching was just not as good as the first, but it was definitely I enjoyed it. It's better than a lot of shows out there, in my opinion.
All right, I enjoyed the show. I did.
That sounds very strange. I enjoyed it.
It does. It does.
No. We're gonna get into the kicking and screaming about certain things.
We'll start kicking and screaming after we do our spoiler-free review, and then we'll get into the spoiler review.
No, I enjoyed the show. Like, it was good. I just
in relation to the first season, how did these two seasons do for you?
There's things that were better and worse about both seasons for me, but in my opinion, I gotta say that both were better than the first season for me.
Okay. Tristan?
My personal rankings for the seasons goes 2-1-3. So I agree with what Eli said about some things being better and some things not being as good about these seasons. But overall, that's just kind of my ranking. Yes,
I would say that season 1 is about on par with both of these seasons. I don't want to disclose my rankings of the seasons until we get to the spoiler section, because we're going to be screaming about that. So if you guys like hearing heated discussions, please stay till we get to our spoiler discussion. But season 2 and 3 are definitely worth watching if you enjoyed season 1. I would say that. They're definitely worth watching.
100%.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
100%.
Like, it's a solid show all around. Like, I think some of the casting and some of the acting portrayals weren't... Let me rephrase that. I think the writing wasn't good at all times. I think the actors tried their ass off with what they were given, except for Mary Swagger. She didn't do shit, but that's probably because she's like 6.
Yeah.
To be fair, so I'll only give her so much trash because her parents try to pawn her off and make money off her. We here at the Binge Boys do not support fucking abusive parents trying to sell their kids out to movie studios. Yeah, fucking dirty rats. Sorry. Yeah, so that kid probably had a rough time trying to do that while her parents were screaming in her ear. So, yeah, I mean, I can't really shit on her too bad. There's just bad casting on the director's part. You should have cast someone better as the kid.
I was going to say, child star, a.k.a. Sellout for the parents.
True. Most child stars are. So,
100%.
That's about how that went. So, like I said, recommended altogether. Season 2 follows Bob Lee post Season 1. If you've already seen Season 1, it follows him post Season 1 and all his adventures and him trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here because things aren't done yet. And it basically doesn't pick up any of the storyline from Season 1, to be honest with you. It really just starts a whole new storyline. And it starts from a whole new event. So if you're not paying attention in the first episode of the second season, you will be lost. Please do pay attention. That's about all we can honestly tell you, spoiler free. To be real, a lot of the show and the ideas are spoilers to say who shows up in season 2 and who shows up in season 3. So
Agreed.
I would just say watch the show. Overall rating for the entirety of the show, not the individual seasons. I would say the show is a 7.5 out of 10. Would recommend.
I would say based on the quality of shows that I've watched, it's somewhere between an 8 and an 8.5 for me. But that's also taking into consideration the memes that we have and will make in this episode.
That's also taking into consideration you just watched season 15 of Supernatural.
This is true. I have a shit show in my brain. And so, I don't know. The first time I watched it, I probably would have given it an 8. But somewhere between an 8 and an 8.5 for me, just because of the memes that have been produced by this.
Yes, sir. Tristan.
Would give it about a 7.5. Actually.
Yeah, 7.5 is where I've been hovering around. Like, it's a good show.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an excellent show, but I think it's a good show.
I agree. Yeah. I would say I was at 7.5 for the first season. So, I mean, we're all kind of in the same kind of rift for our ratings.
Yeah. Anyone who tells me to read the motherfucking books or tells us to read the books, you can fuck off. I went and looked up the Wikipedia of the books. Bob Lee was born in 1946 in the fucking books. I'm not reading about some geriatric old fuck going around killing people. I'm sorry. Just can't do it, boys. So, yeah, don't tell me to read the books. I'd rather go read fucking Magic Tree House again.
Hold the phone.
Magic.
I don't want to hear no disrespect on the Magic Treehouse.
It's good.
Yeah, when you're
I'm
8.
20 years old, so I don't want to
Exactly.
read it.
We're not 8 anymore, Tristan.
Look, we're not going to disrespect the Magic Treehouse, though.
Hey, when you have kids, we'll come read Magic Tree House to them.
Yeah, I'll tell them. I'll read them the Bob Lee Swagger books, and they'll put their ass right to sleep because it's fucking garbage.
Exactly.
All right. So then, for all of our fans who wanted to hear our spoiler-free ideas about The Shooter season 2 and 3, that's for you. We're going to go into spoiler section, so if you don't want to hear about that, skip to the end of the episode. There'll be a timestamp to telling you when the fucking rotation of the wheel will be done and what show we'll be watching. So if you just want to hear about that, click the timestamp. But we'll get there when we get there, because this is live, baby.
Yes, sir.
Spoilers! Let's talk about episode summaries before we get to yelling about bullshit. Season 2.
But we're going to shorten it up this time.
We're going to try to shorten it up because I still want to go through and make sure everyone understands what's going on. We're not just spilling bullshit, but we're also going to have an extensive review portion because we're finished the show now. And so Eli doesn't have to worry about spoiling anything for us because we've seen it all.
This is true.
Season 2 starts off with Bob Lee Swagger and his platoon fucking at a award ceremony for his boy. I forget that boy's name, but it's his boy. I tell you what.
Yeah, me too.
That guy was not memorable.
Was it? Nah, I don't think it was.
Wonder why he wasn't memorable, Reek?
Why wasn't he memorable? What?
He died like 2 minutes in.
That is true. But
there's nothing to remember. He didn't do anything.
Hey, you remember it, don't you? Memorable.
Remember him dying.
Memorable character right there.
Facts. He picks up, it's some bullshit going. They're in Germany, right? That's where they are.
Yeah, I don't even know why are they in Germany for this award thing.
Because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's held. All right, deal with it.
And they go to Germany, and then they talk about some bullshit. And then next thing you know, fucking ISIS kicks in the door and says, "Get on the fucking ground." I'm sorry if that sounded offensive to anyone. I just want to. We have to Binge Bois support all races. I'm sorry. Cut this.
Also, we do not mean to offend anybody who lives in the Middle East. This was in Germany, so therefore it was German terrorists.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry.
However, if you choose to be offended by everything we say, that's your own fault.
I was no. No.
We at the Binge Boys respect our listeners 100%.
We also don't support what Tristan says. He's his own entity.
Be soft though.
Yeah. So I was just repeating a Dave Chappelle joke from the 2000s. Sorry if that's offensive. So They bust in the door and tell everyone, please get on the ground. They proceed to shoot up the building and trying to kill Bob Lee Swagger. They kill a bunch of people there. Bob Lee gets away. His platoon gets away. They think they killed the people who were trying to kill them. Turns out they didn't. Bob Lee goes, finds a sniper nest. Sniper wasn't there. Who is this sniper? Who's the only other sniper we've heard about this entire series? Oh, it can't be him. He's a ghost.
Solotov.
It was Solotov, Molotov, Mazeltov, Reznov, the third. And that happens. Someone take it away because I forget what happens the rest of this fucking episode.
Oh man, I don't remember. I'm reading the Netflix description right now. It says Memphis gets a new job offer. I think that's just when she quits the FBI, and the annoying blonde chick Gregson offers her the job. Yeah. But I think that's pretty much all that happened. I know Bob Lee went up into that sniper.
If we did not already mention, Julie Swagger was with him for this.
Was this kid with? No, his kid was at home.
Nah, yeah.
No, thank goodness she wasn't there.
Oh, and then we get to see Isaac in Bangkok. I forgot what he was doing in Bangkok.
Yes, that's right.
He was Bangkok ready. He was getting his Muay Thai skills.
That's in episode 2. That's in episode 2.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, it's not. He was in Bangkok in episode 1.
Yeah, I think episode 1 is when he's in Bangkok. Episode 2 is when stuff starts going down.
Look, I'm on the USA Network website, making sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, check your sources, bitch.
Okay, hold the phone. Also, disclaimer: if anyone from the USA Network is listening to this ever, just know I'm going to hunt you down and I will get you.
All right, whatever you say, Liam Neeson. While we're talking about the USA Network, we would love to film season 4 and season 5 of The Shooter for you. We have some ideas. Call us.
I was gonna say we have some good ideas. This Enrique dude right here, he's got some quality content. You're gonna hit him up for some season 4, season 5 ideas.
Facts. Let me write it.
For the WWE already, so it's okay.
I am a writer for the WWE in secrecy. Thanks for spilling the beans.
Yeah, now the world knows, but
now the world knows. And then it goes back to Bangkok. Swagger and Dobbs find the body of someone else, and they're like, "This was murder," and they're like, "Huh?" They're hunting the platoon. And then that episode ends. It leads us to the second episode.
The 8113.
8113. Hoorah, Semper Fi, stay frosty.
Exactly.
Bob Lee has moved to fucking Texas this season, which is bullshit because he lived in Seattle and he was throwing up the PNW represent. Now he's in Texas. All my homies hate Texas. I hate Texas. Fuck Texas.
No offense to our other viewers,
no offense to the people who live in Texas, but full offense to the place of Texas.
I was gonna say y'all got the Cowboys. That's a
fat L.
Tough.
Anyway,
you got JJ Watt though.
And the Astros.
Oh man, rough. Anyway, episode 2.
Not support the Houston Astros and their cheating ways.
All right, we're running that one to the ground, boys. Let's save at least like 4 an episode, no more than that. Okay, season 2. We get flashbacks to Afghan. Provides clues about who was behind the terrorist attack. Is this the episode where Donnie sees that motherfucker in Solotov at the thing?
I want to say that's later, to be honest.
No, it's the flat. Well, yeah, because that was part of the ambush.
Yeah, I want to say that in this episode is just when Bob Lee is going up into that apartment that the shot was shot at.
Yeah, it's like episode 4 that Donnie finds out about that stuff.
I want to say episode 2, they're just kind of connecting the dots and they're trying to figure out who did it, but they have clues about who done it. Pretty boring episode. Other than Isaac's wife getting murdered in Bangkok.
Oh.
And Memphis was just running around doing Memphis things.
Memphis is lame in this season.
She's very lame this season.
She's lame the whole show, kind of.
She picks it up.
We will get into this.
Yeah, we will.
Anyway, but yeah, Isaac goes kind of kind of badass mode once his wife gets murdered, and he decides he actually wants to do something now that she gone.
Yeah, he finally decides he's not a pussy anymore. Let me check my notes. I got some good Da Vinci Code stuff from Bob Lee in those first couple episodes where he was doing the tracing of the bullets again, and he was trying to figure out where motherfuckers went. That was cool. Anytime he does that stuff is pretty cool, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
I think the action in the show is okay. I don't really watch the show for action. I actually enjoy the plot, which is pretty funny, but I really do enjoy the plot of this show sometimes. I enjoy the characters mainly. Bob Lee Swagger could sell me fucking cocaine if he felt like it. Like, honestly, like, Bob Lee you put him in a show, I'm like, I'm gonna watch it now.
Facts. Yeah, that actor is just Ryan Philippe, however you want to pronounce your last name, genius.
We also skipped over the sexual harassment in the first 2 episodes, I believe. Where in the flashback to Afghan, where those 2 guys were trying to hit on their superior officer.
Oh man, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, T.O. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, no, RIP to you for that. I'm sorry that you have to be in the military and get harassed by. I'm sorry for any women who have to get harassed by boys.
Yeah, if we feel bad, there's some fucked up dudes. They don't represent us all, though.
These are facts.
He also said, "Ain't no leash strong enough to hold back my love," and that doesn't sound like a rape threat. I don't know what is.
That's facts.
Also, Julie, they've been severely showing that Julie has PTSD, like, these past episodes. Why the fuck does she have PTSD at all? Like, I don't understand.
She was in the middle of, like, a terrorist attack?
Okay, well, get the fuck over it. Like, honestly, like...
Oh, okay.
If you think about what Bob Lee had to go through, and all she had to do was sit at fucking home, and she couldn't even do that right. Like, come on, Julie.
She does kind of downplay Bob Lee. She's like, well, you're in the military, so you don't get to have PTSD. Okay. She's like, you're used to this.
We're not going to pretend that she doesn't get to, though, just because...
Oh, but she was shitting on him, though. She was like, literally, she's like, you signed up for this. He's like, no, I didn't. I didn't sign up to be a fucking government conspiracy against me. I did not sign up to have any of this shit happen to me. Like, literally, I didn't sign up for my family to go get attacked. I had to go save you guys, like, 17 times and fight the whole Russian government. Fuck you. That's my opinion, though. Like, they literally tried to shoehorn
I agree with
into season 2, like, very hard.
I'll say I agree with both sides. They just, like Rick said, they definitely want to make her an important character for no reason.
Yeah.
Just hot.
Okay, thank you, Tristan.
All right, Tristan, you are getting put on an island sooner or later. I'm just gonna throw it out.
Anyway, moving on to episode.
Not why they did that.
Well, of course.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll say episode 3. Isaac comes back. He shows up in Texas to see Bob Lee and ask for his help. Yep. That's pretty much the main thing that happens in that episode.
We get the introduction
we get the flashback
Solotov,
to the
Molotov, Krolotov, Solotov doing Solotov things when he was just watching soccer and people try to pull up on him.
Yeah, you're right.
People try to pull up on him in Spain, and he beat their motherfucking ass.
We also get some
flashbacks.
I would say we get some flashbacks to the
heroin
to the U.S. Marine Corps, and we get to see some Donnie.
Donnie's the best character in the show.
Donnie,
R.I.P. Donnie, man.
He's the best character, other than Bob Lee Swagger. Like, he's literally the smartest character in the show. Like, genuinely.
So it's something that Reek said the other day. If the show was about Donnie and Bob Lee, having Donnie and Bob Lee times, this show would be a 9-10 out of 10.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely. Like, if you think about it, like, Donnie and Bob Lee were like the buddy cop. They're like Rush Hour and Bad Boys 2. Like, genuinely, they're like the best buddy cop you've ever seen. I don't know. It's better than Lethal Weapon, I guarantee.
I understand. Also in this episode, a little bit of a subplot. Nadine seeking out that journalist who has that information about Atlas.
All right, I'm just gonna throw it out there. When does Julie start getting sexually harassed at the gun range? Like, what episode is that?
That's 6, I believe.
6?
Yes, it is 6.
Are you sure?
100%.
I could have sworn that was like a whole like season long
Nah.
running thing.
No. Oh, you'd think because it was so ass, but nah.
Godly.
No, yeah. It's literally episode 6 says Julie copes with her anger at firing range, and the picture on Netflix is her yelling at that dude at the gun range.
Oh, and then you forgot about the oh wait, no, that's next episode. Alright, sorry. Continue.
Anyway. Episode 4.
Alright, this is where Julie begins to go nuts. She's at the Swagger Ranch. Mary like drops him. She's like, Mary, did I tell you not to fucking drop shit? And it's like, okay, Julie, calm down. It's like, Jesus, fucking PTSD warrior. Like, come on, man, chill out. Poor Mary. Mary should be traumatized.
Before you
She's a
continue, you
child.
missed it. I was just gonna say before you continue, we did miss a pretty big point in the last couple episodes. In one of the flashbacks, the military discovered a huge mound of what was it, cocaine? No, heroin. Thank you. It was a huge mound, and it wasn't even where were they? Afghanistan. It wasn't even the Afghanis heroin. It was the United States heroin. And the organization Atlas that owned the heroin did not want the Marines to know about this, obviously, which is why they pinned it on the Afghanis. But so that kind of sets up a huge long spiral of
it was
plot.
Also directly mentioned that it was Meacham's heroin, specifically yes. Meacham. Never bring that name up to me again, USA Network. You fucked up so bad with that writing on him. That's your own fault.
Garbage character.
Generally one of the worst characters in TV history.
These are facts.
So yeah, Julie freaks out. Isaac shows up to his house. He lies to Julie about what's going on, telling her, no, we're fine. You know, Bob Lee isn't doing anything out of the normal. He's just doing normal Bob Lee shit. Yada, yada, yada. Solotov does Solotov things. He sneaks in as a fucking doctor and fucks people up. Kills a bitch or two that was going to snitch on the gang. That's this episode.
It's an impressive fake mustache, by the way.
No, it was not. It was the fucking dollar store fucking SpongeBob, Mr. Potato Head, glasses and mustache combo. Like, genuinely, all of them are fucking idiots. No one in this show pays attention. No one asks for credentials or anything. Everyone's like, oh, you showed up? Oh, you're here? You know what you're talking about? Come on in, buddy. Oh, can I see your credentials? Should I check with your correct, commanding officer? Nah, man, just get in here. Come on. Let's go. Come for a ride along. Come kill some people with us. All right. I hope this is not how the U.S. military really works. Because if it is, fuck.
Yeah, that would not be a good look, but you gotta hope it's not.
I hope it's not accurate.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Say what? Episode 5 we're on now?
Yeah.
So I believe, Reek, that this is the episode where she first gets sexually harassed. Or not sexually harassed, but harassed at the gun range.
Oh, no, yeah, because the next one is...
Yeah, okay. So I believe that this is the episode where Solotov, who's been kind of scoping out the situation and was the sniper in the first episode that sniped that one dude, this is where he dresses up as Travis, who...
Motherfucking Travis!
who is a Texan. He goes undercover to start talking to Bob Lee's wife, which is a savage move.
Really?
And it would be for a Czechoslovakian, Russian, whatever. He actually will. He puts on a good Texan accent.
It was pretty bomb. Not gonna lie.
And he protects Julie at the gun range when somebody's trying to harass her. This one dude, I don't remember his name, but
he's just sleazeball. Straight up sleazeball.
Yeah. Bo. That had to be his name.
Oh, Ziffer?
Bo O'Driscoll?
Bo O'Driscoll.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he kind of protects her, and before this, Bob Lee got in a fight with Solotov. I think dislocated or broke his arm, one of the two.
Oh, his wrist.
His wrist, yeah. So Solotov put a cast on his arm.
Oh,
and,
he did the cast himself, bro. My
yeah.
man's just a sad. He first of all, he put it back in place. Just took like a little swig of his, whatever Russian vodka it was.
Wow.
He said, in my country, this is how we do this. And he just
Wow.
snapped. He was like, ah!
All right, Tristan, you're pushing the fence.
But yeah, so to further disguise himself as Travis, he writes on his cast in little kid handwriting and was like, "Yeah, this is my daughter writing on my cast," which is
It's the funniest
savage.
shit ever.
What
like,
a beast for that!
He said, "Get well soon, Daddy." Like on it, like scribbles. Yep. It was hilarious. Genuinely hilarious.
Just insane. As you can tell, we're not talking too much about Memphis's subplot because it's trash.
Doesn't
Stupid.
Matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
It really factors in zero.
They're trying to take down Atlas. That's all you gotta know.
Also,
no, they don't know about Atlas yet.
They know of Atlas. They know that they don't know the name, but they know that there's an organization doing some shit.
Yeah.
But there were also, this is where Julie makes a decision that ruins everyone's fucking life and refuses to leave town with Mary after Bob Lee tells her to leave Texas. And she says, "No, I'm staying at home. I don't want to run anymore." Wham, wham, wham. Stupid bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. Travis comes through. She's gonna get sexually assaulted. Blah blah blah. He has a good cover-up story. Good shit. They run in. Memphis runs into this dude who's fucking batshit. He's a conspiracy theorist.
You on episode 6 already?
No, this is the same episode.
It's episode I think that is 6. Oh no, that is 5. That's 5.
Yeah, runs into him. Then next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. Back to the gun range. Episode 6, boys.
Oh my gosh, dude, this was savage, and I don't want you to tell me otherwise.
What's savage? Which part?
You know exactly which part.
I really don't, actually. I don't
go take it away, Tristan.
Okay, fine. Julie Swagger keeps getting sexually assaulted at the gun range, by this same sleazeball. He's all trying to come feel up on her, and he's getting mad because she's rejecting him over and over again, like some guys do. So what does she do but go empty around right next to his ear because he hasn't put on his ear pro, which, first of all, this is something that Austin would mention, but terrible range etiquette. As soon as you walk in that range, you have your ear pro on at all times. That's just how it works. So he's a dummy, first of all, for not having it on whatsoever. But Julie coming up and just popping around off right next to his ear is absolutely hilarious to me.
That's assault.
I say he deserved it. I say he deserved it.
100% he deserved it, but it's also assault.
Yes, in some terms.
I liked it too, though,
to some laws.
Yeah, I liked it though as well. I thought it was pretty savage.
Self-defense, that's all it was.
Something like that.
It was he was assaulting her, and he decided she didn't have to actually shoot him. She just blew his eardrum out.
To be fair, he never did touch her.
I think he tried to.
No, he didn't.
He was just verbally
abusive. An asshole.
No, there was one or two times that he came up behind her. He did that weird "ooh, I'm behind you right now."
Didn't touch her.
He didn't touch her.
Is it a sleazebag thing to do? Yes, 100%.
Was it illegal?
But it was not illegal.
I mean, he was in her personal space, which
So then it's just assault, but not battery.
Yes.
He was still assaulting her.
No, because he never touched her. What?
Battery is physical. Assault can be verbal.
That's silly. All right, fair.
Man.
Anyway, also in this episode, or when Bob Lee, Isaac, and Ali, who was part of the 813, who was actually kind of a cool character. I liked Ali, except for his trying to get at T.O. in the flashback because he's kind of a weirdo.
Yes.
But
no. That was whatever his name is.
It was not Xander.
It was Zender. Zender was the one that was trying to get at T.O.
In the flashback? I believe Ali was too.
Ali was just cracking jokes at him for.
I don't know. I could be wrong. You
At
could
least
be right,
Ali
but
wasn't doing it as like dirty. He wasn't as
He wasn't
dirty as
telling her that my leash is uncontrollable. Or some
that.
bullshit.
Yeah, you're right, Tristan. Yeah.
He
Anyway,
was
but
being much more civil about his attempts.
in this one, they're trying to find Solotov's funding, which is Solotov's banker. So they're trying to find how he's getting paid, basically.
That was in episode
You
6
also
already.
skipped
Yes.
over the funnest part of the whole show, right?
When is that?
It's not. That's damn it. It's not that. I thought this was the episode where they have their face off on the hills. Solotov and Swagger.
Oh, it could be. I don't know.
What?
It's not.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, no, I think that was in.
7.
I think it was 7 or 8.
So then, moving on. Okay, what happens in episode 7?
Well, to be honest, I don't remember a lot of episode 7. It's all kind of a blur in one mesh. You see, they go to prison for the 14th.
That's right, the prison one, dude.
They go to prison so they had to have had their confrontation before this then. Right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it was episode 6 where they're on the hills perched up and they're looking at each other, and Bob Lee tells this motherfucker, he says, "Stop fucking with my motherfucking family." Not really, he doesn't say that because he doesn't know what's going on yet, but he just says, "Stop trying to kill me, bitch." He says, "I can't, bro. You know my fucking face. Donnie knew my face. I gotta kill all of you. Now you know about me and you know about my face, so now I gotta fuck you up too." And he's like, "You're not gonna do shit." He's like, "Bubbly Swagger, I know where you are at. You are set up right here. I know exactly where you would be at." And then Bubbly's like, "Well, look here, motherfucker. I know I fucked up your wrist and you need some more support, so you're up there by that water tower." And he's like, "Well played, Bubbly Swagger. Well played, GG." So sadly we don't get their 1v1 on Rust. They don't 1v1 on Rust yet. Then that happens, and then Solotov's like, "All right then, you will die still, bitch. Just give me, stop fucking with me." And he's like, "No, I don't want to fuck. I'm gonna keep fucking with you." And then they go to prison.
Cool. Yeah. Yep. Isaac and Bob Lee go to prison.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to.
Every season has to have
explain.
some sort of prison episode.
Was this before or after they killed the banker?
After.
This is after. That's why they were in Mexico. They were killing Solotov's banker.
And then Solotov killed Ali.
Yes. Which was actually kind of a dope scene, I'm not gonna lie. So they caught Ali, strapped him to a bunch of bombs, and just ran him in a car and just bombed him. I think that's how it happened, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he rigged the car. He rigged the car to blow and then sent it at Isaac and.
Yep. Which was kind of a cool scene, but rip Ali.
Yeah. Are we at the prison yet? Are we talking about that now?
Yes. So after this is when they catch Isaac and Bob Lee at the border and take him to prison in Mexico.
All right, I got it from here, boys.
Yes, sir.
All right, then Bob Lee, Swagger, and Isaac Johnson head into the prison. They get their shit searched. They open their ass cheeks up, tell them spread them. We gotta go in there with the flashlight. Nothing's in there, obviously. They get put in. Isaac and Bob Lee get put into general population. And then Bob Lee and them are talking. He's like, "Look, man, you got to be careful out here. These dudes are going to fuck us up because they know who we are. We know we're some gringos, you know what I mean?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, I got to be careful with these, these federales and these Mexican dudes. They don't like us here." And then some dude tries to come and press Isaac. He's like, "Yo, what's up, man? What's so good?" Isaac said, "Yo, man, I ain't know what's bitch. What's up?" Like, instantly. Like, it was the level of escalation was so quick. Like, he said, "Hey, what's up?" And then he said, "What's up, bitch?" And it was literally like a 1-2 punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Isaac was looking for it.
Yeah, Isaac was looking to prove himself right out the gates, let people know what's up.
Oh no, I mean when his wife died, he just wanted anybody's head who got in his way.
Okay, well, yeah, that, but he's literally this whole point was like he was telling Bob Lee afterwards, like, "You gotta prove yourself in the yard," you know what I mean? And so then Isaac's like, "What the fuck's up with you then, bitch?" He's like, "Watch your fucking mouth. You don't know who you're talking to, cuh." And then they start throwing up gang signs at each other. Not really, but metaphorically. And then they start brawling, and Isaac just beats his ass real quick. Hits him with a pop, 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 pop. Fucks him up, looking like Mayweather in his prime right there. Just hit him with the quick Ali shuffle and got him out the paint. And dude's like, "We're gonna be watching you, motherfucker." He's like, "Please do." And then Bob Lee's like, you can calm down." He's like, "Nah, man. You gotta let him know. And that's at the moment I declared that Isaac needs to get the teardrop tattoos while he's in prison. Because he's about that action. Like, Bob Lee would have like 500 teardrops on his eyes because so many people he's killed. He would literally just look like a fucking weeping statue.
Facts.
Like, you want to talk about street cred? Bob Lee's killed like thousands of people. Same with Isaac.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hundreds in the military. Now he's probably killed like 20,000 considering how long the show's been running.
Yeah, facts.
Okay.
Yeah, and then something happens, they get put in the hole, and then, that's about it. That's all I remember.
I know Isaac makes a deal to get Bob Lee out. So Bob Lee gets transferred out with the guard. Yeah. And then Isaac escapes his cell, or his, whatever you want to call that thing, that isolated box that they were in.
That was pretty dope.
So they both end up getting out, but Bob Lee gets stuck with Solotov in that car. And Solotov... Oh, no. So that's not till episode 8, but they both get out, and they both kind of rearrange and post up back in Texas, and then that's when Julie, the sheriff, comes to the house.
Yeah,
I believe
it is, because I have it pulled up right here. So, but you missed it. Tio finally agrees to go with Memphis and all them after they find her, and they tell her, you gotta come with us. And she's like, Atlas is scary, and he says, ooga booga booga, and then they take her with her.
Not to be a spoiler of the subplot, but Tio's still alive in episode 7.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's episode 8.
Okay. Well, anyway. Now you know. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that happened.
Spoiler review, Eli. Spoiler review.
Yeah, I know.
Tio gets got, and then so Bob Lee returns home to talk with Julie about everything that's going on. He's like, look, we're almost done here. I'm about to get him. I'm about to fuck him up. All this, yada, yada, yada. Bing, bang, boom. The cops roll up, fuck 12. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They come in, and they're like, yo, Bob. And then Sheriff Brown, Bob Lee's dad's former partner, comes in. No one's Bob Lee.
Sheriff Brown, low-key top 3 character in the entire show.
No,
that's my boy.
Love him.
He's my boy.
He's great. He just was there to have a good time. He just came in. He's like, "What's up, guys? Hey, Bob, we gotta talk to you."
Oh no way.
But anyway, sorry. Continue, Enrique.
What do you know, Wayne?
My life.
This motherfucker's playing a video game during the podcast.
But never.
And so that Bob Lee comes home. And then Brown pulls up, and Brown's like, "We need to talk to you, sir." And then Bob is like, "What is it?" He's like, "I'm not here for you. I'm here for her." Dun dun. Episode ends. And it's like, okay, we know what the fuck she did. She shot the bitch and you blew his eardrum out. We know what he's in trouble for. She's getting charged with assault. Yeah. Literally the shittiest cliffhanger I've ever seen in any episode ever.
Yeah.
They literally thought everyone cared enough about Julie that where her maybe going to prison was kind of scary. Oh no, she's gonna go to prison. Bob Lee had the most disappointed fucking look on his face when he looked back at her. He's like, the fuck you been doing? Like, he's like, I've been killing people for like the past weeks, and I just got out of prison. What are you doing to go to prison?
Man goes, I've been to Mexico, I've been in jail, I escaped jail, I killed people, I come back, and you go into prison?
Dude, the fuck's going on? Like, he's like, literally like, what?
He's got to contemplate his marriage at that point, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then next episode, we get a flashback to fucking Solotov and the chick named War. That was cool.
Pretty dope, yeah.
That one was cool.
You just get to see Solotov murdering the fuck out of motherfuckers like you've seen most of the season. And, yeah, Bob Lee does some Bob Lee shit. Julie does some Julie shit. And Dean's just there.
This is when Julie decides to have a good lawyer, and he gets her out of that situation.
Shout out my boy prison. Sam from season
Sam from amazing lawyer.
But Bob Lee's father figure.
Yep. But so she gets out, and Solotov behind Bob Lee's back. I think this was earlier. I think it was episode 7. But he goes,
right?
Yeah, he goes, wait, what church you guys go to, or where's a good church around here? Because he knew they were, religious or whatever. She's like, oh, we go to this church. So he starts making his way into their church. So he's just setting up to be Mary's dad at this point. Literally. Because he's home more than...
Oh my god.
he's home more than Bob Lee is, right?
Like literally, like Solotov was getting ready to give Mary a sister or brother. Like literally, he was about to raw dog Mary in the middle of the church, bro. It was getting wild.
Dude, Bob Lee is out looking for Solotov. Bro, Bob Lee is out looking for Solotov. Solotov is having dinner with his family, bro. At this point,
he's fucking
like, where's Solotov? Solotov's at home having dinner with my wife.
Where's Solotov? It cuts and he's just fucking Julie on the couch. Like, it's just like, God damn, Julie.
Okay, none of this happens anyway, but the church thing does happen, and in episode 8,
we forgot one of the most important plot points and foreshadowing we've ever seen in the show. I forgot what episode it was, but at some point, Julie tells Bob Lee, if you ever leave me, you know I'd have to kill you. And Bob Lee says, I know, darling.
I'd never leave you. Yes, this is important for later.
Foreshadowing.
But,
oh my gosh.
Anyway, so episode 8, Mary has a little church thing going on. Tristan, what's that called?
I wanted to say it too, but I didn't. So stupid.
Anyway, it was like a rite of passage. It was like their fucking
the first communion.
First communion, yeah. So Mary has a little lamb, and in this little lamb, Solotov is just
inside
chilling watching. He's inside the lamb, so he's just chilling watching her first communion, whatever. And Bob Lee pulls up because it's his daughter, whatever.
And he pulls up to see. He knew he was there.
Yeah, that's why he pulled up.
Yeah, he knew.
He doesn't realize that he found out all this information, and that
he went to the gun range
the whole time.
Yeah, he went to
that Solotov was getting closer and closer to getting in his life.
Yeah, because the dude at the gun range says, "No, I don't know anything about this Travis dude, but I think he's been inside your wife."
No, so like he goes to the gun range, talks to the gun range owner. The gun range owner's like, "Hey, you know what he want with this gun? You know what he want the cast on his hand or anything like that?" No, he tells him about the. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know that gentleman with the cast on his hand?" He's like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "I don't know shit about no guy with a cast on his hand." like, he's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And he's like, "Bob Lee, don't do it, don't kill her, Bob Lee." He's like, "No, you idiot, not because of that."
But so he does pull up at the church, and Solotov's strapped with 100 bombs on his chest.
Hold on, we are forgetting another important thing. Isaac went to Atlas.
Is this important?
I wasn't paying attention to that whole plot line, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
Isaac very shortly, when he kind of got strong armed into like working for Atlas, and his job was basically to take out Solotov.
Fuck what you're talking about. Fuck what you're talking about. We missed the best part, actually, which is when Isaac is in the tunnel after he gets released from prison or whatever, and then these fucking militia guys pull up on him, and they're obviously hunting border hoppers.
No. That was when they killed Banker. No, because that's when they got arrested.
No, this is
in the tunnel
episode.
I don't know.
Tristan, you're not right, Tristan.
You're not right.
I think we're right, but continue.
Tristan, I literally have fucking recaps pulled up right now.
So do I, but go ahead, say it.
All right. Then because he literally says he swims across the Rio Grande right here. Okay, shut the fuck up. All right, so then they pull up on Isaac. They're obviously border hunters, so that's a real thing. Like people who don't know, like people who cross into the fucking American border from Texas, there's a militias that will go hunt them down and fuck with them because they hate colored people. It's fucking stupid.
That's wild.
It's silly that the cops let them do that, but whatever, So then they pull up on Isaac. They're like, "What you doing around here, boy? Like, we don't get many of your color around here, boy." And it's like, "What you doing?" And then they're like, they're gonna fuck with him, and then he fucking stabs one of them in their knee, takes his gun, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you all." And then the cops thankfully show up, and then he's like, he stabbed me, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up, go, get the fuck out of here."
Cop says, "You look fine to me."
He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, go to the hospital, bitch." And he takes Isaac, and then Isaac, does Isaac things. That's when Isaac goes to lick Atlas.
Yes, so that's what's going on with Isaac in the meantime of all this.
Yep.
But
I'm telling you, when they face those dudes is when they got taken to Mexican.
No, they were on the hills because they had the cops just set up on the hill waiting for them. That's when they were.
Then how did they get put in the Mexican prison?
Because they got caught on the border, and there was a murder.
After the tunnel.
No,
The tunnel.
no, he got caught leaving the banker's place.
Yeah, Isaac was the only one in the tunnel. Bob Lee wasn't even with him.
Tristan, they got caught and arrested in the car in daylight. Do you not remember when Bob Lee cuts the seat open and puts the shit in the seat because he doesn't want them to get caught with guns and shit?
Yeah, they were literally in the Jeep, leaving the banker's house on the hills.
God, did you watch the
show? Wow.
Okay, so I was wrong again, by the way. The Overwatch was in this episode where Bob Lee and Solotov have that conversation.
Oh, okay. Even then. Okay.
But yes.
It doesn't matter because it's literally just like a one scene thing.
Yeah, even then. So we're just going to forget about this. And we're going to go back to this church that Bob Lee and Solotov are having this communication at. Bob Lee wants to kill him, but he can't because there's a bomb strapped to Solotov's chest.
Yep.
So they peacefully, if you want to call it that, leave the church.
Yep.
And Isaac pulls up on him and starts to try to shoot Solotov without knowing about the bomb on his chest. So
tells him to do.
Yeah. So Bob Lee being Bob Lee, he takes the bullet, so not everybody dies.
Yep.
And he dives in front of the bullet and takes it into his lower abdomen.
Butt.
It's like near his hip.
Definitely not his butt. Anyway, so then Solotov yanks Bob Lee by his curly head, and they go into his car and they start driving because he wants the banker's ledger, which has all of his accounts to get his money back because Solotov a broke motherfucker at this point. So Bob Lee is on the way to tell Solotov where he buried it, and I want to say this is pretty close to where the season ends, is when they get to the spot that Bob Lee...
They don't even make it that
no,
way.
Bob Lee...
It ends...
It ends as soon as he gets him in the car.
It ends after Bob Lee gets shot.
Oh, does it?
It ends when he gets him in the car, yeah.
No, you're right. It does. So yeah, as soon as they get in the car after the church, the season ends as they're driving away.
The most shitty cliffhanger ending I've ever seen in television.
It's not a good cliffhanger. I realized why I forgot there was a season 3. like when I watched the first 2, I waited like a whole watch season 3.
Season 2 and 3 are almost like the first episode of season 3 might as well have been the last episode of season 2.
I agree.
Basically.
So before we get into season 3, how did everyone enjoy this season?
Season 2 was the best by far.
Eli?
Oh, I asked you, so you gotta go.
Worst season.
Worst season.
Oh my dear.
Worst season, best season. As we were recapping, I realized these shitty sub points that we're making about the whole Atlas thing and Tio and the reporters and all this stuff that was just so garbage. If it weren't for the subplot, I don't know. I still think it's one of the better seasons just because of Solotov and Bob Lee and that whole thing. So I'd say it's my favorite season. But at the same time, like, the whole subplot was awful.
Season 2 was the worst season because the main plot, while okay, and I mean okay, was dragged to fucking shit by every single Nadine subplot and the Julie subplot. I promise you, the worst character in this fucking show is Julie Swagger. And that is without a doubt undeniable. I promise you. At least in the first season, there was hardly any Julie Swagger, to be honest with you. In the second season, they started trying to act like she was a main character and people tune into the show to watch Julie Swagger. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking awful. Then the whole Nadine plotline, don't give a shit. The whole everyone else in that platoon other than Donnie, Isaac, and Bob Lee, I don't give a fuck who you are, to be honest. Literally every Xander, fucking Dobbs, the fucking hillbilly fuck, I don't care who you were. Just worthless to me. Fucking worthless. And the only thing that makes up for it was every fight with Solotov, every interaction with Solotov makes up for it. That's just me.
I agree.
This is Nadine at her worst in season 2.
Oh, 100%.
And yeah, I know Tristan says he likes it a lot, but I just don't understand how. Like, this season's just terrible. Like, I don't like it.
Season 2 was dope.
How?
Why? What do
I'm
you
not counting
I would say
plots because why would I do that and watch for subplots? I watch for the main part of the show.
Yeah, but it's part of the fucking show. Like, it's dog shit.
Yeah, I know, but I also don't share the same feelings about some of the characters. Granted, Nadine, horrible, pretty much all the way through. So, We don't have to argue about that at all.
But like Julie Swagger's fucking dog shit. She's the worst character in the show. Genuine.
I still don't think she's a worst character, but
Who's the worst character then?
Well, in this season, okay,
Any
I can see
season.
the argument for it in this season.
Any season. I mean, all the whole show together. Like, she's the worst character. Even Meacham and them were just kind of dog shit. Like, they weren't fucking annoying. Like, Julie's annoying.
So bad, dude.
They were bad, but they weren't annoying, like I said. Julie's
Jack
fucking
Payne
annoying.
was kind of annoying.
Jack Payne was annoying, dude.
I don't know, dude. Jack Payne was gone pretty quick. And it wasn't... The subplot wasn't focused on Jack Payne solely.
That's true.
The Julie subplot is focused only on Julie, and it fucking sucks.
I would say it was just her bitching the whole time.
Literally just yelling and bitching and
she
crying.
was just getting mad.
She's like, "Bobby, you don't get it." He's like, "Huh? I've been to fucking war. I am a sniper. You know how many people I've had to fucking kill? You think it gets easier after the first one? You fucking bitch. It doesn't. It's always about her, no matter what. Never about Mary. It's always about me. How I'm feeling. How you're making me feel, Bob Lee. Like, I just fucking hate her.
Yeah.
That's it.
She made a lot of valid points anyways, though.
Like, I just don't know. Like,
everything she was mad at Bob Lee for, okay, not everything. A lot of things that she was mad at Bob Lee for, she was definitely right.
Like what?
It was like, oh, you didn't have to go do all this extra stuff, and here you are doing all this extra stuff.
He's protecting her, though. Solotov's literally talking to her.
Everyone.
Oh, the Solotov thing, yes, but like
the other things. We're still in season 2, buddy.
No.
We're still talking about season 2. Season 3, you have a point. Season 2, he had to do those things because Solotov was literally, he's getting ready to be Mary's new dad, like I'm saying. So,
I know.
Like, even before that, he was gonna get Bob Lee because they all know his fucking face. He's gonna wipe his whole platoon.
Right. Mm-hmm. He has to do those things. His life was in danger. His family was in danger. So I feel like he had to do those things, and Mary wasn't understanding that, or Julie wasn't understanding that one.
Julie's pretty pissed that she got dragged into it.
Okay, I'm sure Bob Lee was too. I bet
Bob Lee's pretty pissed his family got dragged into it too. It's like he wanted them to get fucking attacked. Like, what? I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
But, alright. Well, if that's your opinions on season 2, make our way into episode 1 of season 3.
I want to give a rating. Season 2 is like a 4 out of 10 season.
Okay. 4 out of 10?
I don't mind. Season 2 8.
Damn. 8? I would say it's about 7.5 for me.
It's like a 4 to 5 out of 10. It's fucking
I'll say it. That's wild.
Especially what they do in the first episode of season 3. It's about 4 out of 10. 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah. No,
especially what they do right out the gates in season 3. Like, it's bullshit.
I'm so butthurt about that once again. So butthurt.
Yeah.
I think we should mention again, real fast. I'm not sure the Black King made a single appearance in season 2.
It did not.
Nope. Worst.
I
the
wish.
Biggest wasted potential of this entire show was not using the Black Kings more.
Yeah, I feel like
that would have been such an easy thing for them to do. They're just like, nah, we're just gonna give up on that storyline altogether.
They wrote themselves a fantastic storyline, and they just didn't act on. I don't know if it's because the books or whatever, but that doesn't fucking matter to me. They should have acted on that because that would have been sick.
Yeah, it would have.
Just made so much sense.
Yeah, it really did. It just sucks. Wasted plot line. Also, I really thought that Solotov was gonna kill Bo at one point during the season, and by one point I mean the entire season. I thought for sure he's gonna kill that guy.
I kind of wish he would have,
because I thought he really started to like Julie at one point.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just how good Solotov was at his job. He made us think that he did.
Or the writers changed their mind halfway through the season.
Like, no, we can't put him plowing Julie on USA Network. We gotta cut that clip.
Facts. Yeah.
Anyway.
Then we get to if it ain't loaded, it ain't lethal.
If it ain't loaded, it ain't lethal.
If it ain't loaded, it ain't lethal.
So, like I said,
we had to do it 3 times.
My argument for the other one was that season 2 had shitty subplots. And then you get into the shittiest main plot of the entire series. Like, oh my god.
I agree.
It's so bad, dude. Like, everything having to do with Earl Swagger is the stupidest shit ever. Like,
Okay, we
agree.
We don't completely skip over it. The way they just got rid of Stoltov like that, I was like, come on, bro.
It hasn't happened yet, and they go to Earl
It's-
first.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because Solotov says, "Oh, the Swaggers have been associated with Atlas forever." Blah blah blah, and then boom, flashback. My dad. Bob Lee, you're a stupid fuck.
Yeah, Bob Lee, fuck. It's the cliche fucking military dad portrayal, and it's fucking done to death. The "you fucking suck, you'll never be better than me," blah blah blah. I love you though deep down, but I just have a hard time showing it. It's like, dear God, pass me a fucking knife to slit my own throat.
So we here very much support military dads. Thank you.
Yeah, we do. Just not alcoholic, abusive ones.
I said, Tristan, shout out your dad.
Ooh, Semper Fi.
Ooh, awesome.
Stay frosty.
Anyway.
And then, Solotov gets charged $10 for some fixin' that costs like $5 by some old fuck. And the old fuck was just doing some extortion over there. That shit cost like $4, and he's like, $10, please. And he's like, Solotov even went back to Step Wobbly. He's like, that dude's a greedy fucking bastard. like, he knew my tire was fucked. He still charged me. He overcharged me for it. Yeah.
Hey, capitalism, man.
And then you get to the greatest heel turn in the history of USA Network, with Isaac and Memphis teaming up to create the coalition known as Super God, Super Duper, Super Scary. We're wearing black now. Alpha Team Bravo.
That would be a sick name, though.
Like,
sweet.
Genuinely, like, it was the craziest thing to watch them turn heel, bro. Like, they literally went from good guy to just bad guy instantly. And I don't care what anyone says.
You can call them bad guys, I guess.
They're bad guys. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, Memphis and Isaac turned to bad guys at the start of episode 1.
This is like Billie Eilish's version, I'm the bad guy. That's what you're saying.
What?
About them to me.
I don't get what you're saying, Tristan.
That's how I see them as bad guys. Like, they're not actually bad guys.
They're not good guys. At best, you could say they're anti-heroes.
They just got their own thing going. Yeah, they ain't. Yeah, I don't know. They're not good guys, they ain't bad guys. They're just kind of somewhere in the middle, just doing their own agenda.
I guess.
Oh, we also watched Bob Lee's father get killed at the start of the episode. That plays the biggest fucking role in the entire season. It might as well have been called fucking Shooter 1988 or when the fuck he died. Like, shit, dude, it barely took place in modern times.
Dude, if Bob Lee was born in 1943, imagine how old his dad was. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Yep, and so then Bob Lee... Yeah, Bob Lee tries to find out about Jimmy's escape, the dude who killed his dad. Wait, what? They fucked up the recap on this, bro.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you one. Yeah, so he realizes that Jimmy, after he escaped, got a job lined up at Bama Cattle.
But
so he goes to the...
Like, he hasn't fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I understand.
So then, Solotov makes a veterinarian seal up Bob Lee's gun wound, kills the veterinarian, drives through police, does some fuck shit, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, they get to where the bank ledger's buried. Bob Lee planted a gun there. Solotov's like, ha ha ha, Bob Lee, you are a fucking idiot. You think I would do this for you? He turns and shoots the gun. Gun's not fucking loaded. He tricks Solotov again. They get into a fist fight. Bob Lee kills him. The end. Rip Solotov. The best villain of the entire show. Killed in fucking
once
5 minutes.
Again, not even using the whole idea of the show shooter. He fist fought him.
I didn't mind when it was Lon Scott because he didn't deserve the gunfight, but like Solotov they should have had a sniping battle.
100%.
Like, I don't care if it was a 1v1
They
on
made
Russ.
such a big deal about how Solotov sniped our boy Dottie.
Like, they should have had a 1v1 on Rust. Like, they should have went and battled each other out on some remote fucking mountaintop in Texas. But instead, you get a hand-to-hand combat from two non-hand-to-hand combat specialists.
We're talking all this about Bob Lee's actor, Josh Stewart, who plays Solotov. Great actor. He's in Criminal Minds as Tristan. Great actor. Love that guy.
Okay, I won't lie. It was so weird seeing him in this role after just seeing him on Criminal Minds for a long time, and he's playing, innocent, shy, little La Montagne. Goes from being French to Russian to some Southern dude in a bunch of different shows. It's crazy.
You want to talk about depth?
Range, baby.
Range, baby.
Steph Curry-esque with his range.
He can play anybody. He can play an Antarctican.
Yep. So he does well, but he gets murked right the fuck away in that season, and then we go on to the Earl Swagger plotline, which is just terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, we'll keep that to as minimum as we can.
Yep. And then you have Nadine and Isaac confront bitch about fucking Atlas. That's about it. They bust in on that, and then something happens. I forget what happens, to be honest, in the first episode.
I want to say that's the episode where they kill off. Was it Harris? What was his name?
My boy Harris.
No, not Harris. The senator.
Oh, Hayes.
Hayes, thank you. Yeah.
Actually, they actually killed him. It was either episode 1 or of season 2.
No. He's a huge.
No. Oh no! Because it was after they got the ledger. The ledger in season 1 or episode 1, and then they killed Hayes.
Yeah, so this is right as Nadine and Isaac. This is the first thing they did together as a team, was kill the senator. And that was actually pretty sick.
That was
how they did that.
Basically, according to Reed.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's when they turned heel, because they killed him. They made it look like an accident. They gave him the fucking they gave him the Ukrainian job, like not the Ukrainian. Where's the turkey? They gave him the turkey. They gave him the Ennis Cantor, where it was like, oh yeah, he just disappeared now. He died on accident. It was a suicide. It wasn't a suicide. They fucking drugged this shit. They just pretended that they said that he died in a car crash from drunk driving or whatever. And
no, that's a different dude.
Oh, that's a different dude.
No, I was talking about the one that they drugged in the hotel,
Hayes.
not the one that not the one that they shot in the subway. That's Gold, Andrew Gold. The chief of staff, they shot him up in the subway, and then I want to say it's later in this season they shot him up in the subway, and then the Atlas agent, whatever his name was, I think it was Eli or whatever, I don't remember. He took that dude and then put him in a burning car, or put him in a car and then burned it.
That was like later. Episode. Where was that?
But like we said, that plot doesn't really matter. So
yeah, but basically they fucking kill this guy and they get all his money, and basically they got all his money, and this Monday's money funds them for the rest of the fucking season and into the future. Yeah.
Exactly.
Episode 2, cool shit. Not really. They figured out about Jimmy Poole, figured out about Bama Cal, figured out about the bank, figured out that he was waiting for a ride. Atlas, boom. Memphis and Johnson find out more about Atlas. They start figuring things out. Guess what? Now here's where the fucking evilest people in the show show up. My fucking most hated fucking nasty. So Bob Lee basically goes to visit the dude who killed his family's farm, right? He's like, well, I gotta go figure out what the fuck happened, why Jimmy did this, where's Jimmy's wife, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, right? He gets there, there's these 2 fucking fat bastard country kids, right? Fucking with this dog that's chained to a leash. The dog's trying to, attack him because they keep fucking with the dog. They're throwing firecrackers at it. First off, you're a piece of shit already, right? You fucking suck. And there's a little girl there. I don't know if she's little. She's probably in her teenager. She's probably 15, 16, 17. Right? That range. And she's like, no, stop. You're going to hurt him. And Bobby looks at him. He's like, fucking bastard kids. Goes to talk to fucking the parents there. Knocks, hey, hello, my name's Bob Lee Swagger. We should kill you right now. Blah 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 blah. I should kill you, you piece of shit. Get off my lawn. You come to apologize? He's like, why the fuck would I apologize? You fucking your son killed my dad, and my dad killed your son. The fuck, we're even. He's like, but he shot him in the face. We couldn't give him a proper ceremony. Shut the fuck up, you drunk ass killbillies. Right? And then basically he's asking questions. He's like, you better get the fuck out of here now, Bobbly Swagger. He pulls out a shotgun. Bobbly fucking whips that shit out of his hand, smacks him in the fucking mouth, says, bitch, don't fuck with me. Unloads the shell and throws his gun back at him. Fucking idiot. As he goes to leave, the daughter's like, excuse me, my auntie's a nice lady, you know that? She seems to be a card every year. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah. And then she just like has bruises all over. He's like, Bobby's like, you motherfucker, right? And he's like, you son of a bitch. He's like, I'll fucking kill them if they beat you up. Something happens, Bobby leaves, and then that's it. And then he goes to the gas station. But basically, then he saves the dog. He shoots the rope from the dog's leash and lets the dog take off. So that those fucking never mind, I almost said a bad word. So those fat bastards don't fucking fuck with the dog anymore. And so the girl can go get her dog, basically. Fuck those kids. Fuck the pools. They're all stupid except for the little girl. I hate fucking child abusers, and I hate fucking hillbillies.
I want to say this is when they meet Red Bama as well.
Oh my god!
And Bama cattle. Those while shitty characters and like villains and stuff, they weren't like. I wasn't like upset when they were on the screen, like Meacham and Jack Payne.
They were just
kind
of boring.
Like, they were just kind of boring bad characters, yeah.
Like Meacham and Payne were like fucking like, please, like, get off my TV. Don't even die. Just like, I want to watch anything else but this right now.
Right.
These guys were like, all right, I get it.
Yo, no, Junior made me want to turn the whole thing down.
Okay, yeah, he was just preppy, like white kid that gets everything from his dad kind of guy.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, they don't turn out that stupid.
And he's also a dumb fuck. Yes.
Yeah,
how are you that stupid, bro?
I don't.
Anyway, but that's about season 2.
Yeah, and so then
that's about all that happens.
That's about episode 2, and then Bobbly finds out his dad was killed by a sniper. That's the end. Since it's episode 3, Bobbly does Bobbly shit. Yeah, and so then Bobbly goes to Bama Cattle again. He keeps trying to fucking kill Red Bama or whatever. And then Red Senior comes out of nowhere. He's like, hello, Bobbly. You can't be fucking with my son. All that shit. Memphis and Isaac meet fucking some chick who's on the kill list.
Carlita?
Yeah, Carlita.
Yeah, Carlito's way. Carlito from the WWE. I spin the face of those who aren't cool. Carl from Jimmy Neutron. Whatever this bitch's name was, to be honest with you. She did nothing. She was just kind of there.
Yeah. She was part of the subplot that nobody cared about.
Yeah.
Actually, this whole plot line was a subplot.
This whole season was a subplot.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, I agree, actually.
So, this season probably had the worst plot line, period. But character-wise, the characters were at their best this season. Everyone was... All the good guys were cool. It made me care about Isaac and Nadine. Like, genuinely made me like them. Yeah, I know.
I agree.
I know people are like, oh, Isaac and Nadine suck. They did suck. But Isaac finally said, fuck it, I'm not a good guy. Like, I'm not. He stopped pretending to be a good guy and said, fuck it, I'm a bad guy and I don't give a fuck. And he became so much cooler for it.
Yeah. Let me tell you about my boy Harris, too.
Yo, Harris might be my favorite character in the entire show.
Harris.
Oh, behind Bob Lee for me, but it's definitely number 2.
Right, fair.
He just balled out this entire season.
I love Harris.
Harris down, yes, dude.
He's such a smart dude, like.
But he's such an idiot at the same time.
He's just inexperienced.
He's just a great guy. He's a normal guy in a world full of trained assassins, basically. You got Memphis, Isaac, and Bobbly who just kill people, and Carlita as well. And then Harris is just like, I push pencils.
Yeah.
Like, guys, please.
Man's
Oh,
an
like
animal.
real though. Oh,
Let me give you a brief breakdown of the Earl Swagger storyline. Earl's a good leader. He's recruited to Atlas. The end. Continue.
Yep. He's one of the father figures of Atlas.
Yep, continue. Fuck him. Fuck
but
that
he
plotline.
regrets it. But he regrets everything.
Yep. That's about it. And honestly, most of these episodes can be summed up in one thing. They're all trying to kill each other, and that's about it.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, like four through like 7 or 8, it's all about the same thing. Like Red Jr. and Red want Bob Lee dead. Bob Lee wants the shooter of his dad, and to try to figure that out. And they're just hunting each other, and that's about it.
The only exciting thing was seeing Harris's character develop at that time.
Yeah, I was to say Harris definitely developed during that time for sure.
Oh yeah, and then Julie was somehow just fine. Was just all of a sudden not being charged with anything because Sam's a
That
legend.
happens later. That wasn't yet. That's not yet. That's a little bit later in the season. All right.
Well, we're talking, yeah.
So basically, I can just summarize episode 4 for you. Atlas.
So which one?
Episode 4.
Okay.
Atlas. Bama Senior wants Harris. He get Harris. Episode over.
Yep. Good summary.
Yeah, Julie went to talk to Jimmy Poole's wife though.
Wait. He returns back to the Poole farm this episode. I didn't realize it was that quick again.
Oh, is that this episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, stupid hillbilly fucks, right? He pulls up. Bob's like, I just want to talk. No more talking for you, boy. Gets hit in the back of the head. Fucking, knocked out. And they start fucking him up in the chair. Trying to interrogate him. Who told you about our drug business? He's like, I don't give a fuck about your drug business, dude. You guys are fucking hillbilly crackhead dope fiends. I don't give a shit. And he's like, yes, you do, Bob Lee. Why else would you be here? Fucking mouth breathers. And he's just like, I don't care. He's just, I just want to know where Edie Poole is. No, you don't. You're gonna tell the feds about our distribution. He's like, no, I'm not. They're like, fine, we'll be back. And then when he leaves, the daughter comes in and tries to help Bob Lee. Then they come in and fucking smack the shit out of the daughter. And at this point, I'm just like, please kill these dudes. Just hang them by their nuts or something. And then Bob Lee gets freeze. He starts beating the fuck out of the Pools, trying to get answers. Yada yada yada. He gets them, and then as he finally gets the answers he wants about Edie. He goes to leave, and as he goes to leave, he hears them starting to beat the shit out of the little girl. He jumps back in there, fucking karate kid, fucking crane kicks this bitch in the face. And he's like, I swear to fucking God, if you put your hands on her again, I will kill you, motherfucker. Do you understand me? I will cut your dick off, like legitimately. I'll cut your nuts off. And he's just strangling him. And then he's like, you should come with me, little girl. He's just like, I can't go with you. This is my home. And Bobby's like, man, fuck. Fine. Like I said, if I will be doing weekly check-ins, if you motherfuckers or any bruises on her, I will fucking kill you. And so then he threatens to kill them and he leaves. And that's the last time we see that little girl because she was fucking killed, probably. Thanks, Bob Lee. Save the little girl.
I was gonna say that's about each one of these episodes has like one good, like 5-minute max like plot line in it, and then that's about it. So I was say moving on with my point to episode 5 is when he wants to. I think his name was what, Jorge Gutierrez. Is that his name?
I don't know about Jorge, but I do know his name is Gutierrez.
I feel like that's a basketball player, but Gutierrez.
The dude who served with his dad. Yeah. That guy.
So he wants to go back to DC to move with that, or to talk to that guy because he has information about Atlas, whatever. And I thought it was pretty dope, like how he just instantly knew it was not the same guy, and he's like, "How much time did they give you to prepare these lines?" And then he just kind of
boots in the door and starts beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the federales come in and they're like, "Get on the ground, blah blah swag," and he's like, "No." And he starts fighting back and kicks some ass.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me see what else happens here. Something about Gregson. I don't remember who Gregson is.
I don't. Gregson's the blonde chick.
Oh
yeah. I think this whole time they have like a key card thingy that gives
God box.
stuff to Atlas and
God box,
doesn't
God
really
box,
matter.
God box.
Yeah, don't matter at all.
The God box eater.
Eater.
And the episode ends when the real Gutierrez calls and says, "Bob Lee, I heard you wanted to talk to me," and then they talk. Ta-da! If you don't notice so far, season 3 very much the plot line doesn't mean shit. It's very simplistic, and it really, if you're just going to plot 3 for plot, don't. If you want to see more of these characters, do, because you see the characters at their best this season. But the plot is nonsensical.
Yeah, if they took the plot from like season 1, maybe season 2, and the character development from season 3 and put it into one season, it'd be amazing.
But instead, we get 2 and 3 separate.
Yep. So that kind of sucks. But that's how it goes. Let's see. Season 6, a lot of Earl, or episode 6, lots of Earl back in Nam. Doesn't really matter. This is when Julie goes to the Bamas and kind of says, "Wow, what are you doing?"
Yep, and then
that's about it.
Gutierrez tells him about Atlas and shit.
Picture for this one is Memphis like squatting in between all the desks. I'm trying to remember what was happening at that time. There was all the cops, and there was like the Atlas cops.
I want to say that's when
they showed up as well eventually.
I want to say that's when they have that, or they're trying to get more information from like the Atlas service. What was that called? Titan?
Titan, yep.
Yeah, that's when she goes in fixed being that one chick that was Harris's ex.
Yes, dude, Harris is a G for that one.
Harris's ex is Nadine, you fool.
No, the other chick,
ex,
dummy.
Fucking moron.
He didn't date that one.
Yes, he did. That was his ex.
The whole
oh no, I'm sorry. They were friends.
Co-workers or something.
They went out on a date. Yeah. So they were friends, whatever. But still, anyway, he went out with her, got her key card, blah blah blah. Nadine took the key card, pretend to be this girl because,
because you're both black.
I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna say it.
I'll say because I'm black. They were both black. Episode 7, because that's it.
Episode 7.
Oh yeah, Nadine gets caught or whatever.
Not really much. Yeah, this is when they wanted to hunt down that blonde chick that lived in a psychiatric facility. Didn't really matter, but you know.
This is also the one where we find out about Sam.
Well, no, hold on. Before we get there, you also find out about fucking how Gregson died so that no one's protected anymore, and they find out Supreme Court's key. And then at the end, go for it, Tristan. Tell him about Sam.
Oh, my man Sam has a freaking brain tumor, bro. Big sad for Sam. Is like Sam is getting ready to retire anyways, but he takes on his last case, like helping out Julie and Bob find out about Earl Swagger and all the business that's going on there.
And Sue Bam
and Ed Jr. Oh boy, Red Jr. comes in and just beats the living daylights out of our boy Sam, because he was getting snitched on, basically.
Yeah. His dad definitely. This is more episode 8 as well. His dad was like, "What the fuck are you doing, you stupid piece of shit?"
Yeah.
Like everything Red Jr. does, Red Sr. just hated.
He literally just smacked him like a little bitch. Like Red Jr.'s like 30 years old, getting smacked around like he's 16.
It's like, Dad, I did this for you. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Backhand, shut up. Front hand,
backhand,
shut the fuck
front
up.
hand. So yeah, they put Sam in the hospital. One of the hospital, what did they call him? One of the hospital attendees, nurses, whatever you residents, whatever you want to call them. Orderly, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
I was like, it's not ordained.
No, he wanted to poison Sam, and it was the same dude. I don't remember his actual name of the show.
It was the agent.
The agent for Atlas. He's just kind of doing all this stuff alone, which is kind of wild.
Is that the motherfucker that's like the Carlitos? Like
yeah,
that was him all along. I was not paying attention.
Yes,
Dude, I
Yeah, no, it was literally him doing everything. That was him at the psychiatric hospital. That was him as the nurse picking on Sam.
Atlas
He was
only
doing
got
all
like
this
5
stuff.
people under them.
I know, dude. I was like, how are they this freaking tough when they got 2
One guy
people
doing
actually working for them?
everything.
Right.
Yeah, so then Bam Bam, he got fucked up. Then Bob Lee goes to Red, and Red Senior, he goes, I will fucking kill you, you sons of bitches. And then Bob Lee was gonna chop up what's face's arm with the bones, with the meat saw. But then Red Senior came and said, Bob Lee, get off from there, Bob Lee. But then Bob Lee said, haha, you activated my trap card. And then he pulled out Sheriff Brown. Sheriff Brown comes out and says, well, hold on there a minute, good sirs. And, he says, hold on a minute, good sirs. And then they just do some cool shit. And they argue. And then he says, well, we going now. Bob Lee just assaulted me and trespass. He's like, what are you talking about? He was never here.
Say, you look fine to me, bitch. I don't see a crime. What a quote.
Yep. And then
Shut up.
Bama Senior kills his son. The end.
Yep.
That one?
It's pretty close to then, yeah.
Anyway, it was because episode 9 is when Bob Lee is going to the Alpha Male Society.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but
get there.
Red Senior really says, "Oh, my son's such a fuck up. I'm just gonna kill him and bury him."
Yep, he fucking poisons his son, kills him, and buries him alive. But by alive, I mean fully dead.
It's just wild. He really poisons him, gives him a big hug, and says, "I'm so proud of you."
Yep, and then fucking at the end of that episode, Bob Lee finds fucking the tape or whatever, dumb shit. And then Earl talking about some more dumb shit. And then you find out about Brooks and Gold and blah, blah, blah. Then
Politics, stupid
stuff. Politics. This is why I'm scared, because one of the shows we have on our list is House of Cards. And
of course.
Yeah, I know that show's mainly about like politics based, so like I don't know about that show. I heard it's good though, so I'll give it a chance, of course, but it just makes me worried a little bit.
Yeah, House of Cards should be interesting, but we'll see at the end of this episode if we will watch that next or not.
Yep. Then we get to Alpha Dog. Ho ho.
The Alpha Boys Society, whatever. Alpha Dog, Alpha Man, Alpha White.
Basically, it's just it's a group of it's basically the Proud Boys.
It's the Proud Boys.
And yeah, and some shit goes on, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Bob Lee goes there, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, Bob Lee? What's up, man? You're a good guy, Bob Lee. We saw you beat the video of that cook. We saw you beat that dude up like a cook." And like they use such weird fucking words, dude. It's so stupid. They call them. I have a list here. Give me a sec. Someone say some stupid shit while I'm reading a list. If I'm trying to find notes.
One of them does call him a cuck, which is very interesting.
We don't even get to meet the fake, the fake seal, right?
Yeah, we
fake. Yeah.
I don't. Did any of you guys check out who that actor was? Because I tried finding it.
No.
He looked like some sort of MMA fighter. Because I watch a lot of UFC. He reminded me of Randy Couture, but it didn't look like it. Looked kind of like him, but not exactly like him.
What episode was that again?
This is Cowboys episode 9.
9.
So because I looked up episode 9 cast, and they didn't have they didn't have a cast file for Nathan with an O.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nathan. That's right.
And basically, they talked about how they watched Bob Lee beat him up on 4chan. They said that they were playing Call of Duty when Bob Lee came and beat them up and got invited to a White Pride rally. They started calling people betas. Yeah, that's about it.
Racism, some more racism.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
That's why you know him.
Why?
His name is Frank Trigg. He's a UFC fighter.
Frank Trigg. I knew it was a UFC fighter. I just didn't know which one. I know Frank Trigg.
Yep. That's who it is.
Forget, because all the Alpha Society stuff happens in one episode. At the end of the episode, after Bob Lee just absolutely mops the floor with him in the fight.
Yeah. Even after he cheated too. Even after that fight where he cheated, he put the stuff on his gloves to make Bob Lee blind.
He had petroleum gel on his gloves.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that one. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty obvious. They did like a full minute scene of him rubbing shit on his gloves.
Apparently I wasn't paying enough attention to anything at that time.
I wasn't paying attention to this whole season.
And then when Isaac shows up, he was like, "Hey guys,"
goodness.
he's like, "Can I join your club?"
Dude, that had to be one of my favorites. Isaac shows up. Hey guys, can I join your fellow squad here? Yeah, we're not really.
Exactly what we're looking for.
We're not really looking for people like you. He's like, what do you mean? I'm a patriot too, guys. I love America.
Yeah.
You know, just people, you know. What do you mean,
reminds
guys?
Me of... What'd you say? Oh, I was just gonna say it reminds me of the Chappelle skit where he's blind. He's a blind black dude and he hates black people.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I hate him.
I hate him, and then he gets unmasked, and everyone's like, oh. What is this monster?
But I just think it's so funny. He's like, oh, can I join your club? And then he's like, no, I'm just kidding. Get on the ground.
Everybody comes running in. It was like, whoa!
And then Red Senior is there as well. He
was beating the daylights out of
Bobbery.
He dislocated his shoulder at one point.
Oh, dude, that was a nasty part right there. Like, that was just straight up dirt on Red Senior's part. That was kind of dope, though.
Yes.
It was like the most real bad guy thing Red Senior ever did.
And then, because he's like, about working at a butcher all day, you learn a lot about anatomy. I'm like, first off, actually, you do cows. He's a human, so you really actually don't know human anatomy, or at least you shouldn't. And he's like, you know how to dissect them, and then he pops out Bob Lee's fucking shoulder. And then the episode wraps up with Bob Lee getting saved, and then he calls Julie, and Julie says, "Don't fucking come home. You're not welcome here."
And don't come home until you're ready to stay.
Yeah, he just wild. She said, "Don't bother coming back," and he said, "Huh? What?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't want you here." He's like, "Bitch, I just spent 2 seasons trying to save your ass so that we could be together, and now you're telling me not to come home, bruh." It literally was just like,
Except at this point, she wasn't in danger from anything, except that he was basically putting her in danger by doing more things and involving himself with more bad people.
Sure. I want to throw something out there right now about how, if you notice that this show kind of jumps around from being good to bad to good to bad, it's because every show this season was written by a different writer.
Are you serious?
Every single show was a different writer.
Episode, you mean?
Sorry. Except for 8, which was the one that we were just talking about when Red Jr. dies and beats up Sam and stuff. And the last episode were written by the same guy. Other than that, every single episode was a different guy or a girl. And that's insane. Oh, sorry. And 2 was written by the same guy.
It makes sense why it's jumpy, because I'm pretty sure...
Exactly.
It's tough, man. I don't know. They had something good going with the characters, but the plot itself was just too dog shit.
I was gonna say it was also directed by almost a different director every single episode. I feel like if they kept it consistent, that would have been great. But
is my man Marky Mark still an executive producer on season 3?
I believe so. Yes.
Him and Ryan Philippe, I think, are both executive producers for the entire series.
Yeah. Anyway, to continue though.
Episode 10.
11, isn't it?
No, we did all.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we are in 10. I feel like 10 and 11 were kind of the same kind of. I feel like same 10, kind 11, of thing going on.
The same thing.
Yeah, they're all kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had one of the best quotes in the entire show, though. One of them. So in these, they find the dude that killed Bob Lee's dad, Brooks, who is something.
Running for Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, so after he
was just an Atlas pawn, basically.
Yeah, so after politics, they take him into a forest and they fight off an army to keep him safe and blah, blah, blah. And then finally they get everybody killed.
He means Bob Lee and Harris.
Yeah, Bob Lee and Harris just fuck shit up, which is great.
Legend.
And they fight everybody off, and eventually, FBI I think shows up, and they take everybody. They take Brooks into custody, or not custody, but they kind of separate him, and blah blah blah. And Brooks gets a hold of the gun, and he goes, "This is how a real patriot dies," and then just blasts his brains out, which
Was that here?
kind of hilarious because.
Yeah.
It's 10, 11, 12. I'm kind of just combining because they're all kind of the same thing.
I think it's I think it was 11.
I also believe it's 11.
This was the one where the fucking Emperor Palpatine was trying to Bane Rush everyone. If you think that dude in the fucking dark room was not Emperor Palpatine, you're on crack.
I agree. Yeah. Was that 12, I believe? That they go to that.
What?
Emperor Palpatine. The dude that runs Atlas. Literally Emperor Palpatine. Wow.
The old dude who was doing the fucking brain games in episode 10 with Bob Lee and Isaac, where he tried to get Bob Lee to shoot Isaac with blanks.
Okay, yes, that one.
That was just Emperor Palpatine torturing people in the Death Star. Like,
yes,
that's literally what it was.
Yeah. Which caused another dope scene after they blow up the Atlas outpost. They get some of the recruits. Yeah, their well, it says outpost, but yeah, it was their headquarters. They take in some recruits, and I love how the one dude who's like, "Yeah, I just want my freedom." They're like, "This is our guy." Like, that's smart by Isaac and Nadine. They're making smart moves like they haven't done before.
Yeah, they're trying to get the broke bitches.
Exactly. So he leads them back to Atlas, and that helps them out a little bit. And they find out about this bus that's gonna blow up Washington.
They go boom boom.
School
bus go boom boom.
Yeah, and so it's just basically 10, 11, 12 are just a huge play about Senate seats. It was Senate, yeah, it was Senate, right?
12 at least started to have some more action.
Yeah.
12 was where we got to, was basically the attack on Washington.
That's we got to. 12 is where Bob Lee goes and fucks Julie at the hotel.
Yeah. It says yeah.
Well, he was
Well, they did, and then they were just chilling, and then they show up to the squad like freaking neighbor. They show up to his door, and they're just like, "Hey, we have a mission."
Yeah. He's like, "Can't you see I'm doing something now?"
I'm doing my wife. So they go out on another mission, but what I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I feel like one of the complaints from season 1, the lack of gore, and I feel like the action scenes, while not many of them, were a lot better as far as gore goes. As far as Brooks is shooting himself in the face, that was pretty graphic, as well as some of the actual like shooting of some of the soldiers and stuff. I felt like were pretty graphic.
How did the one Atlas agent end up dying in the end?
He was the leader of those troops that were trying to find Brooks back.
No. So I was talking about, it was the dude who. So that guy died because he just got shot. But I'm talking about the dude who was like terrorizing him the whole season.
Oh, dude, that's in episode that's in episode 13, 12 or 13, right?
I think it's 12.
Which guy?
The dude who blows up the bus.
Blows up the bus, but then he goes, because he figures out the routes, and he goes to kill one of the Supreme Court justices, and he ends up with he's got a suicide vest on.
Carlita's guy.
And then Bob Lee comes in and saves the day and throws the dude into his bunker by himself, shuts the door, just blows him up.
That was so cool.
That was legit.
I really enjoyed that scene.
That was legitness.
I thought that whole scene was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that episode. It was actually kind of simple, which was cool.
It was a good episode.
But I don't know if that was 12 or 13. They're all kind of the same.
That was definitely 12.
That was 13,
because the last episode. The last episode was all about like Red Bama.
Tristan, that was episode 13. I have a recap here that precisely clarifies it.
I was going to say, I really doubt it's 12 as well. They gave the number 12 a 0.59 rating and episode 13 a 0.79 rating. So I assume that it'd be a little bit better than that for what went on. And I don't know
that's the
if
one
that
where
went
he
on.
gets kicked into the building and blows the fuck up. And then that was Atlas's final mission. And then Bob Lee goes home with Julie. They're trying to work things out. But Julie says, I'm still moving. We need time away from each other. You know, we need to figure everything out. And Bob Lee's like, please don't do this to me, Julie. Please. I need Mary in my life. He said, not right now you don't. He said, please don't take my kid. And she took him. And then then they fucking have a thing. And then Bob Lee and Mary have a daddy-daughter day. And then while that's happening, fucking they get a raid. Fucking the Mexican cartel. Fucking I forget the bitch. His name's the Butcher, but in Spanish. He comes up to go fucking booty clap fucking Julie and Bob Lee at their household on missions from Red Bama. Yeah. So then Julie's there by herself trying to fight him off. Bob Lee gets a call from Sheriff Brown, the best character in season 3, because he literally just, other than Harris, because he just keeps clutching up, calls Bob Lee and says, hey, we seen some big ass cars heading towards your ranch. I'll get over there quick. He's like, oh no, Julie's there. I have to go. He steals this dude's sniper rifle. It's like, fuck. Throws him $200, takes off with a sniper rifle in his Jeep, pulls up to his house, trying to save Julie. He's out there on fucking quickscoping kids. Literally quickscoping kids. He's literally like, boom, 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 killing everyone. And then the El Butcher comes in the house. Julie gets shot in the shoulder. She's like, no, I'm bleeding out. And then the Butcher comes in. He's like, we may have traded bullets, but I was wearing a vest. Haha, dumb bitch. He unzips the vest when I thought he was going to rape her. Turns out he had a magnum in his vest instead. Pulls out not a condom. Pulls out a magnum. And then he's like, it's time for you to die. And then Bob Lee goes, dun 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 dun, and shoots him in the back of the head.
No. Julie shoots him.
The dude is standing over Julie, and Julie shoots him in the nuts.
All right. Well, I like mine better.
I do too.
Julie shoots him in the nuts, and I remember that. And then he drops, and he gonna clap. And then Bob Lee comes in, and he's like, Julie. Well, no, there was something where like an explosion.
No, there was the dude. Yeah, because there was one dude left. It was the Butcher dude was outside the house still. He pulled out the grenade launcher and was just like popping grenades into the house.
And Bob Lee just at him.
Bob Lee is sprinting at him in like slow motion. Grenades are going off. Like, dun it. Oh my gosh, it was nuts. He got the sideways pistol going. I was like, get him! Oh, dude. Reek, I don't know if you were. This part, I was screaming. This whole last part that we're talking about, I was screaming at this part, dude, because I was like, they're not gonna kill Julie Swagger. I was like, I won't do it. I'm like, go Bob Lee. I'm like, get him, Bob Lee, let's go. And then like Bob Lee goes sprinting at this dude. It's all slow motion. I'm like, he's gonna get him. Got him. And I was like,
so hit him with like the Roman Reigns spear and like fucked him up. And so then everything.
He hit him with the ooh and the wah.
And so then, that happens. Bob Lee saves the day, and then Bob Lee's chilling, and then they're hugging in front of a big ass window. Hint, hint. And she's like, Bob Lee, your father's gun, you dropped it over there. And Bob Lee's like, huh? He's like, oh yeah, my father's gun. Don't worry about that. I'll get that. He bends over to pick up the gun. Red Bama Senior. He's a long gun pointed on both of them. He was gonna snipe Bob Lee, but Bob Lee ducks down to pick up the gun. Boom.
Right in the neck. Right in the neck.
Oh.
Julie Swagger
I'm coming for all you executives at USA Network.
Julie Swagger falls to the ground, bleeding from her neck.
I'm coming for everyone.
Very much enjoyed that scene.
And Bob Lee goes to her, grabs her by her neck. Julie, no, please, Julie. And he's strangling her because he's trying to keep the blood not coming out, but he's also crushing her windpipe because he's holding her too hard. Julie, please.
He's going, help!
And then next thing you know, 3 months later cut happens. And then you see Harris and then Dean and Isaac at what is now called Prometheus. And Harris is now a fucking beast. He's like the fucking White House, like he's like the president's right-hand man, basically.
Oh no, he's
chief of staff.
No, he was. I don't think he quite got chief. He got like
he did.
He got right under it, didn't he?
He got Andrew Gold's job because there was an opening.
I know. I thought he got like right under the chief of staff technically.
I could be wrong, but I thought he got chief of staff for the president.
It has to do with the chief of staff though. That was his new job.
I thought he was senior chief of staff. Like I literally thought that was his position. I swear to God, they literally said senior chief of staff because then he tells fucking Gold to fuck off at one point. That was like earlier in the episode. But
or you mean Bama?
He tells someone to fuck off. Yeah, it was Bama.
It was Bama. Yeah. He said, "Yeah, you ain't got a job no more, son." He's like, "I took my job, they took my son."
Yeah, he's the deputy chief of staff.
Yeah.
And he tells him to fuck off, and then Bama ends up sniping him, and then we go the 3 months time skip, and then Harris and Nadine and Isaac are at what now it's Prometheus, the reborn version of Atlas, and they're talking about they need to go do some fucking, they need to go fuck up a Nazi who's helping ISIS, and the president wants them, Prometheus to handle it, and Memphis just decides, I'll handle it, I'll have someone handle it, and then.
Or she really hit the solo dolo on that one.
And then Eli, I think this should be you that does this last portion.
Oh man, last portion. Well, they go, well, where's Bob Lee at? And they're like, oh man, since Julie died, he's been away from everybody. He's been missing, MIA. And they're like, oh man, that sucks. Crazy how he has a daughter who's like 6 that he just left behind. He's like, oh, my wife dies. Screw my daughter. I don't care. So this man just disappears for 3 months, and it cuts to a scene of this mystery man with a big slab of meat in a cabin, which some people might think is Bob Lee at first, just living on his own. Puts it in a pot. He's ready for dinner, and then you see, oh, it's Red Bama. He's still alive, doing his own thing, living off the grid, making his dinner, and you hear his phone ring. He's like, what? I didn't know I had a phone. So he looks at his phone right next to the window where Bob Lee conveniently placed it. And he's like, I was wondering when you'd find me. Earlier, foreshadowing, we heard Bob Lee say, if you ever touch my family, you're going to drop before you even hear a sound.
He also said, if you hurt my family, I will stop at no ends to fucking find you. As long as it takes.
Exactly.
Took 3 months. Took 3 months.
Yeah. I think the exact quote that Bob Lee said was, your body's going to hit the ground before you even hear the shot. Boom. Shot hit. Shots fired.
Oh, okay.
Drops.
He goes, Red Bama, he goes, is there anything I can do to get you not to do this? And he said, nope.
And he says, nah, nothing. Snipe, boom, right in the head, or right in the
right in the eye.
Yeah,
it went straight through his left eye.
No, it went under his eye.
Yeah, I would say right through his eye, because his eye starts bleeding up, which I thought was so cool, like how they did the effects on that, or not the effects, but like
it's the only good effects in season 3.
I agree. It was just such a cool scene. That scene like makes the season for me, but and then Bob Lee just pans back to Bob Lee, pulls down the mask, and it's just Bob Lee in his little snow outfit, cuts to the
with the black king, the Black King again, but it was white. He made it all white. That was sick.
So sweet.
And the credits begin to roll with just one song playing, and it was this song.
It's a dope ass song, but Bob Lee's just walking in the snow.
No.
America, motherfucker.
Spoiler alert, that was not the song that was playing.
It wasn't, but I wish it was.
It was a good song. It was a good song that was playing, though, right behind him. I thought it was just such a cool song as he's just walking away saying, nah, I'm never going to see Mary again. I need to find somebody else to hunt down.
And then the series wraps.
Series wraps up.
Side note, the effects in that final scene where he was walking away were just horrible. Just horrible.
Just the snow.
The effects
it was
in
like,
general.
oh, he's not walking on a hill.
Yeah.
The final season had terrible effects in general because if you were watching the explosions of the cars and shit in 12 and 11, it literally looked like iMovie edits.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. And like
It had like a $10 budget.
They had way more shaky cam and like the fight scenes, like you could tell they tried to do them in one shot so they didn't have to refilm them. And it just was like, damn, dude, the budget for that show got fucking slashed for season 3. Which is sad because like it was still good, but like I said, it would have been nice with a better budget and not a fucked up writer team.
I don't know. The reason I put this show on the list because I've seen it before is because like I don't know, it wrapped up, like it ended, you know, and like I feel like it's hard to find a show that actually ends, and I feel like the ending of that show is just so cool to me that it just really stuck out, and I mean that's by far my favorite scene, you know, and I don't know, I really enjoyed the last episode in general, but definitely that scene.
Yeah, it was solid,
Yeah,
man.
That was a dope scene to end it. Granted, I was depressed after they killed Julie Swagger, even though that was low key a power move for the plot.
Literally, Julie just had to survive 5 more minutes for the show to end.
Yeah,
it was literally like
5
minutes, and she couldn't make it. Like it was pretty sad.
As Enrique said, Julie, you only had to survive minutes. As Enrique said.
Yeah, because like literally all she had to do was survive for 5 fucking minutes, and she couldn't do it. She had to get sniped, and they had a hug in front of a big ass window. And when they knew military was still around them, hey, let's get out of here first, and let's maybe hug later. No, let's hug in front of this big window.
She's like, you know what? I'll take you back. I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah. And he's like, bet. Snipes. As Enrique said about foreshadowing. If you wanted to go back to that point.
Oh, which one?
The one about if you ever leave me.
Yeah, she said if you ever leave me, I'll kill you. Instead, she tried to leave him and she died for it. So, don't leave Bob Lee.
Don't.
Man, I'll just tell you, like since we're
don't Bob leave.
Don't Bob leave. Wow.
Do not Bob leave.
The series in general
I deserve to be sniped for that one.
The series in general was very solid. I'll say that, and it was a very enjoyable series for me. Just because it wasn't so serious that it was like not funny, but it wasn't so funny that it wasn't like good, and it was solid in general. And I genuinely think that the show. I genuinely think that the show is fantastic in some areas and just terrible in others. I feel like if they had a better writing staff, they really could have made it good. But if they had a better writing staff, it wouldn't have been as funny, to be real with you. So on one hand, I understand. On one hand, I see why it is the way it is. Like, the show's great. It'll always have a special place in my heart because the first show we did for the Binge Boys. And we're going to keep the podcast up for a while. At least that. We're going to, a couple months at minimum. So whether this podcast does well or doesn't do well, it's going to have a special place for me for reminding me of this era.
Oh, 100%. It says we talk about when we're playing Call of Duty or something. We can't even see a sniper without thinking, oh, Bob Lee.
Yeah, man. Bob Lee's really an iconic character, man.
Yeah, this is huge.
Like, he's genuinely one of the coolest main characters in a TV show I've seen in a long time. He reminds me of Dean from some Supernatural.
Dean from Supernatural.
He reminds me of like Dean or like Daryl from Walking Dead or any like cool character from like every TV show you've ever watched. He's like the epitome of that. Like, he's just dope, bro.
For sure.
And this is why I think season 3 is the best season, even though it's the shittiest. I would argue that season 1's the best complete season, but I think season 3 is definitely second best because of the character development and how the characters perform.
Yeah.
Like, it was different, bro. It was good.
I can see what you're saying. I don't know. It's hard for me to, like, actually pick a season. Like, I don't know. It was just kind of, all the seasons were kind of just, like you said earlier, just kind of, all kind of the same for me.
I would say this season is just like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's solid.
I could definitely see that.
Tristan, you said you hated this season and that you fucking hated them for killing Julie Swagger. It's your time to defend it because I got my shit off in season 2, and you've been kind of quiet today, so I want you to get your shit off.
Look, man, I was pissed. I loved her. Great. I understand your points about why you disliked your character though. So it's not like I'm just blinded. I do understand your points. I don't agree with all of them. I was so sad when she died. I was like, there's no way they're gonna do it. There's just no way they're gonna do it. You know, I was like, they're gonna wrap it up real nice. I was like, Eli said the show wraps up. He's like, it's gonna wrap up nice. She's gonna be fine. And she was not fine. She got shot. Okay, so going through that scene, Julie gets shot in the shoulder. I was like, no. I was like, okay, wait. I was like, it's not too bad. I was like, they missed. She's gonna live, I think. I was like, here we go. It's fine. Probably got everybody. I was like, let's go. I was like, what's up? I hit him with the DX. I said, suck it. Right? Hey, stupid bad guys. I was like, you buffooneries. And then then it panned over the hills, and I said, oh no. I said, please no.
You said boom boom.
Oh, it was just, I could tell what was coming.
I can tell you guys that it was a roller coaster of emotions for Tristan. I was texting him during this scene, and this man starts off with, I swear to God, if they kill Julie Swagger, I'm going to USA Network and I'm in a mall. Not actually. We support USA Network. We would never kill anyone.
Sign us.
This is not a threat.
Right.
Not a threat. Sign us, please. And then I get another text. Oh, good. I was gonna have to freak out. Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, man, it's a good thing. Get another text 2 minutes later. What the fuck? Why is she dead? Blah blah.
Hey, hold on. So
again.
real fast, this was me. When I saw them panning over the hills.
Tristan, we have copyright. You have to be careful with that shit.
Yeah, we do have copyright.
Please be careful.
That was it. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
That's it. I just had to get that in. That was me when I saw them pan over the hills. I said,
see, I heard from Eli about you freaking out about that. But I told him the one I was freaking out on was the whole final snow scene, bro. I was literally jumping up and down, screaming, "That's my fucking guy, Bob Lee! Sean, what the fuck's up? You can fucking do it!" I was just screaming. I wrote down in my notes that night when I finished it. I said, and I quote, Shakespearean quote, "Bob Lee is different than these other motherfuckers. He about that goddamn action. He really clapped that bitch-ass motherfucker and dipped back to Texas to live with his family like a G. He had the most badass fucking Winter Soldier outfit ever. That's my fucking guy." All in capitals. Bob Lee he entered another tier of badassery with that final scene. All white, iced out. He looked iced out like fucking. If he was covered in jewelry, he couldn't even be more iced out than he was there, bro. He was just looking cold. And he just did everyone dirty that part.
Beautiful recap. Beautiful. Yeah, no, he looked iced out for sure.
Agreed.
This show to me, it's just solid, man. Eli, I know this is your second time watching it, so for you watching it again, how'd you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah, how'd you feel about it? Like, did your feelings change? You still like the show?
Bro, I still like it. I didn't remember it as much, which is why I wanted to rewatch it, no matter if we did or not. Low-key forgot that Julie Swagger died, and I watched season 3 about a year ago. Not even a year ago.
Oh man, I'm so sad.
I honestly thought Sheriff Brown died, and he didn't, so I was waiting for that.
If he would have died too, look, man, I would absolutely be burning the USA Network to the ground.
So the whole season 3, I'm like, oh man, Sheriff Brown, you don't know what you're in for, blah blah blah. I didn't know what I was in for because I forgot that she died. But I am very, very glad I picked this show because of the memes that have been produced. As in, not even in this podcast, on
In
separate
general,
terms.
just
Yeah,
Bobbly swagger.
just the amount of stuff we can say. Daddy's a Ghost is a huge one.
Oh my gosh.
Mary has some quotable moments that are just dog shit.
Yeah.
Reek, when is this Daddy's a Ghost merch coming live?
Daddy's a Ghost merch going live in 2 weeks' time. Purchasable at Redbubble / The Binge Boys. Also, another one is just I was just extending Bob Lee's name more and more as we were watching it. I remember at first it was Bob Lee Swagger. Then I turned it to Bobbert Lee Swagger. Then I changed it to Bobbert Lee Anthony Swagger, and then it became Bobbert Lee Anthony Swagger, Bobbert Lee Anthony Swaggerton,
Anthony.
And then it became Bobbert Lee Anthony Swaggerton III was the final form of Bob Lee. Just like how Solotov, I call him. I keep saying different ones each time, but there is one definitive version.
You change it every time.
I did. That's what I'm saying. I did change it every time, but there is one definitive name I have written down for Solotov that I have to find really quickly. So just give me a gosh darn second, boys. Continue talking while I find it.
Well, I was gonna say, while this man finds it, I just wanted to again just a quick shout out to Ryan Philippe or whatever, however he wants to pronounce his last name, for supporting my Philadelphia Eagles as his favorite professional sports team in general. Man's a badass for that, and I appreciate it.
He also really carried
Not everyone agrees with that, but he's dope. He did carry the show.
He carried that show on his fucking back for all the bad seasons, and he carried that show on his back for 2 seasons until all the other characters finally caught up to him. But the definitive name for Solotov is Reznov Molotov Mazeltov Solotov. So
Reznov Molotov Solotov?
No, Reznov Molotov Mazeltov Solotov.
Oh, Mazeltov. Okay. So you kind of cut out in the middle for me.
Yeah, so that's got to be a definitive name for him from now on.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. He, I just think Ryan Philippe, he really carried the show like he carried these girls down the stairs.
We did not know what we're talking about at all. So yeah, man, Shooter was good, man. I'm glad it's the first show we did. It turned out well.
That was a good first one to do.
Yeah, it wasn't too quality. It wasn't like a 9 out of 10 show or 9 or 10 out of 10 show to where we had to take it serious and digest it completely, for reals.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, but it was still enjoyable, and it was just fantastic experience for us all. I know Austin wishes he could be here, but he hasn't even watched season 2 or 3 yet, so.
Yeah, I don't think you watched an episode of season 2.
Yeah, that's understandable. If you listen to the last episode or the first episode of the Binge Bois, you know he despised the show, so it's okay.
Despised with the above average rating.
Yeah. Slightly above. The way he talked about it sounded like it was getting like a 3 out of 10, but it got a 6 somehow. Yeah.
I thought he was going down in the 3-4 range, but
me too, man. Me too. Man, any closing remarks about the Shooter, guys? Man, this show's good.
Man,
I recommend it.
Not for me.
If you have a group of friends that
I'll recommend it as well.
You can convince to watch this show, do it. If you don't have a group of friends to watch this show with, joke with us about it, man. We love the show. Send us tweets about your funniest memes about the Shooter. I don't give a fuck. That show's hilarious to me.
Please, we invite you to.
And we do not want to hear about the books at all. Just fuck the books.
Yeah, fuck the books.
I'm sorry, but Bob Lee's 63.
If you try and tell us about the books, you're getting blocked.
Yeah, Bob Lee's 63 in the books, man. I can't deal with that. He's too old. He's not cool anymore.
I was gonna say, another thing. I want Bob Lee's hair.
Bob Lee's a sexy man, and we're not afraid to say here at the Binge Boys, he was a sexy man.
He is. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, it's good shit.
As far as closing remarks, yeah. Thank you to everybody who watched the show.
Yeah, it's big stuff.
Yeah, man. Thanks to all our supporters. Thanks to all our haters. Thanks to everyone.
Yes.
We love it.
Thank
all.
you.
So that was the moment of truth, boys. I have a wheel here with Avatar: The Last Airbender, House of Cards, and Chuck.
This will be interesting.
I know Tristan literally put Chuck on here so he doesn't have to do anything for 2 weeks. Because he's not even going to rewatch Chuck. He's just going to use his knowledge of the Chuck he watched a month ago. So,
yep.
That's frustrating.
So, Eli, I already disclosed this to Eli, but I'm switching out my show if I don't get it right here.
You disclosed it to Enrique, actually.
I was going to say, I did not know this.
He disclosed it to
I thought
me.
I said it to. I said Eli disclosed it to Reek.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no.
Why'd you say you
I
disclosed
said
it to Eli?
I did not know this, but
Oh, I
okay.
did not disclose to Eli. I was telling
I'll say
Eli now.
you could change it now if you want, man.
Well, if mine gets picked, then I'll kind of like rewatch. Like I'll rewatch it in the sense that like I'll skim over stuff
All right, fair enough.
because I still remember pretty much everything.
So yeah, I'm nervous. I won't. This is not rigged, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is done here live on the Binge Boys.
Not rigged.
I send screenshots to the cast of this every time it occurs to prove that this is in fact real. Yeah. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, House of Cards, or Chuck. I submitted Avatar. Tristan submitted Chuck, and Austin submitted House of Cards. Let's find out what we're watching next, boys. And tap, and the wheel is spinning. It's spinning. Come on. Yes!
Uh-oh.
We are watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
It was so close to
right.
landing on House of Cards. It was.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll send you guys 2 screenshots.
Okay, but we get to watch Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is the show
actually
Not mad
we
about that.
are reviewing next episode of the Binge Boys. So we're watching season 1 or book 1.
Oh yeah, for this one, I say we just take one season for everyone.
Because
There's
Avatar
only
is
3
a really
seasons.
good show, and it should be digested book by book, I think.
Yes,
And
I'd be down. Yeah.
It gives everyone time because I think it's like 26 episodes per book as well.
it's like 24ish, but yeah.
But they are 22.
They're like 20-minute episodes, but
yeah.
I'm excited.
For my Binge Boys, you can check our group chat and you can see the results and how close it was.
You haven't watched Avatar yet, have you?
Oh man, that was close. I have not. I don't believe Austin has.
No, the only people I've seen are me and you. And the last time I watched it was about 4 years ago.
I'll say, which is actually
Dang,
surprising.
I watched it. I think I watched it over like winter break, but I could watch that so fast.
I said the amount of people that have watched that show, I'm surprised that half of us have not seen it.
You see how close that was, guys? That was
it was very
pretty close.
Very close to being House of Cards. I thought I was gonna stop on House of Cards. That's not the shit on House of Cards or Chuck, but I really want to watch Avatar with you guys.
So Tristan, what is your show input now that it's not
yes,
Chuck?
I will be trading out Chuck that I will probably throw back in the mix in a long while. But pinch hitting for Chuck in the first round of the Binge Boys will be the Netflix original Sense8.
Sense8, I've heard of it. I have not seen it. I'm excited for that one too.
It is I think it is the best Netflix original that there is.
Ooh, okay, that's a big standard.
That is my top
Not really.
That's
Netflix
a big
original.
standard coming from someone who you know is a Daredevil fan in this group right here.
Daredevil and Stranger Things, I know for Reed.
I don't like
Stranger Things. Stranger Things is good. I love Stranger Things, but I think Sense8 is just so well done.
Stranger Things is better than any of the Marvel shows that were on Netflix.
I would say that's funny because guess what's in my list for my next show?
Stranger Things.
No, Daredevil.
That's on your list, huh?
I've wanted to see it and I have not, so I'm waiting to put it on the list for us.
Last time I seen Daredevil was when it came out, the first season at least. So it's been like 7 years or something, however long that's been.
That one will be interesting.
But Avatar for now. Don't get that forgot.
I'm excited, boys, because I can guarantee you it will be getting a yes from every person here.
I know I'm not going to say no, and I haven't.
Well, it might get a no from someone. That's what I'd say. But I know me and Tristan will definitely say yes because we know that show gets so much better as it continues.
Not that season one is bad by any means.
I believe that if half of us say yes, we get continued as well. 50% is the majority
to say no, I guess. You want majority no for it to go to no.
I feel like that's fair. I mean, it would have to be a discussion, but anyway, that's an argument for us.
Since we're talking about shows that might get suggested, I was thinking about suggesting Castlevania at some point. Another Netflix original.
I have not seen that one.
I just heard about that earlier, actually.
I also haven't seen it, so I was definitely thinking about it. So yeah.
Well, we can get to it.
I said, don't forget to tune in next week for Binge Plus, the second episode.
And we will be watching A Silent Voice, an animated movie that's on Netflix.
My anime virginity will be taken away.
Yes, your first anime movie.
Or show or anything, man.
You never seen
well, I mean,
any Studio Ghibli or anything like that?
I had no idea what that is, actually.
I need to.
Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, anything like that?
Nope.
Those are some good movies. They're good animated movies. Yeah. Well, this episode turned out to be a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. We only clocked in around 2:20. But hey,
oh yeah,
thank you to the fans. We filmed this a little bit late, so apologies if you feel like our energy was down. But I feel like we still pumped out a fantastic episode for the people. You can find us at at Binge Boys on Twitter. You can find us at The Binge Boys on Instagram. You can find me, Enrique. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is Enrique_Megatron. My Instagram is Enrique.Barrera. If you want to follow those, go for it. I'm not active, so really, if you want to follow someone, follow Tristan. He's pretty active on social media.
Yes, he is.
Follow your boy on Twitter at MixedInTraxwell, on Instagram at T_J_Max.
He is accepting girlfriend applications, so feel free.
Yes.
To DM him.
I will say that.
He is accepting girlfriend applications. I will say that.
I'm just going to plug our podcast, and if you care enough to follow me, you can just type in Eli under who follows the podcast and do it that way, because I don't really care enough to plug myself.
True.
I'm lazy. I don't know what my hand...
You can follow the podcast on Spotify. You can follow it on Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on Google Podcasts. We have a YouTube channel where we post all the episodes. If by any chance you can't watch it on any of those other platforms, we do put it on YouTube. The YouTube does not have any ads on it. So if you don't feel like listening to our ad breaks, we understand. Feel free to watch on YouTube. It does still help us expand our audience, which is helpful. Yeah, I have been Enrique.
I have been Eli before.
I think I'm still Tristan, but who knows?
And this has been the third times the Binge Boys have gotten together. We'd like to thank you all and wish you all a great rest of your day.
And Austin says hi.
Austin says hello. He might be back next week. All right. Thank you for tuning in.